Welcome to the Grandmaster Level Show. It's nice to be back. Nice to see everybody. Sorry, it's easily been, I guess, a few months, hasn't it been?
Easy, yeah, I think so.
Yeah,
Or
like
longer?
March.
We got real busy, man. Real busy.
Yeah, guys. Well, I apologize. It's been so long. We're literally traveling all over the world and just so much stuff going on. And then, like, when finally Saturdays have been coming around, it's been like, well, my daughter's been in baseball, and it's like there's a game every single Saturday. And yeah, it's just like I've been so busy that Saturdays would be like the one day where I could spend a bit of time with the kids. So I was kind of just enjoying that. They're growing up quick, and yeah, we've been busy. I didn't really have time to have my grow going on, just been all over the place, and it's finally really close. Man, I just made a post of putting together these tables, man. They're like a jigsaw. They're not like I'm surprised. Like I'm so dyslexic. Like I don't think I would have even got it. I had to get help. Yeah, I suck at following directions or anything like that. But yeah, and what was really a pain in the butt is like I measured everything for thinking, oh yeah, I can fit the dehumidifier sideways underneath the tables, but the supports come across and they don't make it so I can have them pointed that way. So now I have to point them so they're like facing a wall where that hot air. So
Oh,
I'm gonna have to have fans like circling underneath.
yeah.
Um, so anyways, trying to get that. I'm excited to get that up and running, have a couple little tweaks. But man, I don't think I should ever have to really do anything in the grow room. I finally found a company that made the trellis support. I wanted trellis support. Like, believe it or not, it's hard to find trellis support, like a table that has trellis support in the middle and the end and going across inside.
Across. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
Because like I wanted to test out under canopy, lower side, upper side, and I just wanted those supports. And I finally company decided well to make it custom for me, manufacture it custom. So I do have it. Um,
sweet.
yeah. So, but I'll tell you, I sure a pain in the butt putting together the tables, man. And I didn't get the trays because I had trays from this other company that I like better, and I'm hoping they fit because if they don't fit, I'm gonna have to put another tray.
How
But
long are your tables?
they're 8 feet.
So is it all one piece, all 8 foot, or is it two pieces that you
The
do?
trays themselves are 8 foot. Yeah, the ones I had
Cool.
before weren't, and I hated it.
Yeah, I hate that. The seam.
Yeah, like
Always wait.
absolutely hate not have like. Do you know what I hated the most is you have to glue it, and
Yeah.
when I poured like a bunch of bleach, and when it hit the glue, it started having a reaction.
But watch it.
Yeah, so I know with like bleach and that kind of
Yeah,
stuff,
bleach
you
is
don't want
crazy,
it
man.
when it has a reaction with a chemical, you don't want to be in there.
No, not at all. You don't want to breathe that stuff.
Yeah. Absolutely. So, you know what, I was noticing some other people on YouTube that were on, and I noticed that their numbers today were extremely down. So I don't know if YouTube is like someone that should have like a few hundred was only having like 150. So I don't know if YouTube is just not putting out the notifications today, or it's like extra suppression. Um,
Yeah, I don't know, man. The world's crazy right now. People
yeah.
bombing stuff, and apparently US is involved now. Not to get all on political, but I mean, I just found out from a fucking tweet that we were dropping bombs. I'm like, what? It's just wild the world we live in.
Yeah, man. It is, man. One thing I would like to complain about in Canada, this new bill. I don't know if I can't remember what bill it is. I made a post about it. But they're making it so it's illegal to accept for any business to accept more than $10,000 cash.
What?
So
Well, like you can't, that's
like
odd.
so if I'm
A
selling
limit
my
on how much
bike and
cash
someone
you can
wanted to pay
accept?
me $12,000, I'm not allowed to, I would break the law if I accepted over 10,000 in cash.
We're just gonna make more paperwork and split transactions into two, you know. I'm gonna make up to $10,000 of purchases, then you can turn around and come in a half hour later, make a $2,000 purchase. Is that legal?
Yeah, I didn't even think about that. I guess someone, if they were going to sell something for 200,000, they would just then do 20 $10,000 purchases.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's messed up. Yeah, like I guess they didn't think
Seems
about that one.
unless there's some cap per day or something. And even then, I would just stretch it out and then like a payment plan.
Yeah, like what really, you know, Yeah, it just makes it difficult for a lot of like a lot of growers and stuff like that. And do you know where it's gonna just really hurt certain stores, I think, like hydroponic stores that are already big time struggling. Uh,
Yeah.
it's crazy, man, how badly they are. The industry has gotten tough. Like I don't know, obviously, and well, I see in the United States too, there's lots of markets are way down and it's a bit of a struggle, but at least your American dollar. So like
Yeah,
so hearing
true.
like $600 for a unit US isn't so bad. Like compared to, well, with the exchange rate. Speaking of that, it's dropped pretty dramatically in the last little bit. I try to stay on top of it because we constantly have to buy US money and I'll click on it right now. But I know over the last couple of weeks, I was like, hey, man, this is a nice time to buy US compared to normal. Um, yeah, US to Canada, a dollar American's worth $1.37 Canadian, where it's been like $1.44 to $1.66
I
for
was gonna say about a dollar
months.
fifty. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's we've come way down. What I've also noticed is some banks they rob you. Like it used to be if as long as you're buying $10,000 worth of American, you can get a proper rate where they don't rape you on the rates. Well, it's $50,000 now. I don't know if that's with every bank, but like I was shocked. Like I was about to convert some money from US
I was
to
shocked
Canada.
when we went to where was it? We went to Barcelona and I get off the airport and there's a currency exchange place right in the airport and the rates that they were fucking charging to exchange money, I was like, ouch, that's gonna hurt.
Yeah, oh
I wasn't
yeah.
expecting that. You don't want to do that at the airport. You want to do it at the banks like you're talking.
Yeah, there was somewhere else where I can't remember, but yeah, or sorry, I remember just seeing it at the casino too. I'm like, wow, you guys are just raping people. Um, yeah, I saw Las Vegas too's been in a lot of trouble. I guess like just tourism and everything is way down and like their numbers. I follow this guy. It's actually pretty entertaining from Vegas. He just hit 500,000. I can't remember what his page is called, but he sure is entertaining. He'll like make a video and post like the stats on how much the casino's losing on a daily basis, and it's like, wow, like they're losing a lot of casinos are losing like 100 to $200,000 a day right now.
Oh my God.
I know, what the hell, huh? The hotel
That
business.
sounds terrible.
Well, I think for something like that, you got to be efficient, man. So, like,
Yeah, I guess.
it,
And you
it
got all that competition right on you too there.
yeah, like, in Canada too, like, I think it's such a difference. Like, some companies, well, you're just getting crushed by bills. I'll give you guys an example. Remember the Craft Micro that I was involved in? It's finally almost crumbled, where, it's been losing money. Like, right now, it's negative, not including what was put into it, but after everything was operating and after this one guy was trying to run it, it's negative over $200,000 right now. And it has a $30,000 a month expense just to like each month. So like rent, they force you to have a type of insurance, like because the owner wants special cannabis insurance or whatever, you have to. And I want
You
to say
get
that
cannabis tax.
I want to say that that's
Everybody
about
gets you.
$1,700 a month or something. Just ridiculous. And then the rent is up there, and then salaries, and then when you get into all the expenses with electricity and everything, like it's
That's one thing, man. With real estate and business, man, own your real estate. Don't get locked up
exactly.
renting. Damn.
Well, or like if you can do it on a property that you already own, that you have like a reasonable mortgage where you build everything on or something, but having this well, at one point what's crazy is when I had my differences with the partners, we offered a friend and I offered $1.2 million to pay everybody out for every last expense they could have got paid out for it. And we would have taken it over. I'm sure we would have turned it successful, but still, you couldn't pay me at this point to take it over. I don't want that
Yeah.
in my life.
Well,
Like
you
I,
wouldn't want to work under those guys anyway. You wouldn't want to make them any money.
well, no, I just meant I could take over the whole facility if I
Oh,
wanted
just buy
to.
it
I could
out.
knock them out. Well, yeah, not eat like I could buy it for less than 10 cents on the dollar.
Wow.
You
It's
know,
still
like
there sitting there?
it is. It's in shambles though. It looks nothing like they had this one guy who I'm surprised they had him there because from like I know him from like 15 years ago, and he's just a fuck up. You know what I mean? So you put a fuck up there, and you're not looking at really good. Like this guy, one time he tormented me. Like, I'd be waiting for paper. He'd have a pack. I'm sitting in Vancouver, and I'm supposed to see him the next day, and fucking nothing. He just, we're talking a substantial amount of money, and the guy's not answering. And sure enough, in the paper, I see home invasion in Vancouver like late yesterday, like that last night, and like I swear it's in the area and a fucking description of like it's he almost fitted the description of who got killed, and I'm like, oh my God. And then I remember like finally the following day he messaged me and he's like, yeah, sorry, like he had partied, like this guy would just party, and then
He's just here you are the whole time you're thinking he's gone and he messaged, oh, I'm sorry, dude. I partied a little bit too hard.
yeah, and like the guy that like it's so funny about how bad of a fuck up is it. He like totally fucked their crop and every single he'd barely even be there and oh yeah, it's wild, man. But yeah, I think if you're gonna do business at this point, it's like you gotta own that property, have a very reasonable mortgage, you know what I mean? Like so people that only, I just wouldn't want to have to be paying 15 or $20,000 a month in rent. It just would suck. You have one little crop that goes wrong. Like that's the problem.
Well, then it's not locked in forever, right? Then they renegotiate rent. If they think you're doing well, they're going to try to milk you for more. They're going to raise that rent.
Well, a lot of people have contracts where like they can only raise it so much and so on. But I would say that it's a real tough market. Like I'm seeing all the people that are thriving, and it's like it's a lot of the bigger companies. I guess they're scaling up, but it's about having an avenue out. I think like the biggest struggle is selling it. Like people are getting
Really?
all involved in this and not performing. Like I just had somebody an LP reach out to me. It's 128,000 square feet of greenhouse light depths and like I think about 10 maybe 12,000 square feet indoor, and they're asking if I want to take it over.
Oh,
It's like I was like that sounds like my worst nightmare. So their mortgage is or like I think just in running expenses it's $70,000 to operate a month, which is a lot more reasonable than this other place that's 2,200 square feet that's at 30 grand.
yeah, yeah,
But I
for
can't see
sure.
that. But yeah, it doesn't interest me, man. Like just yeah.
They must be
Really
exporting there.
no, they just started.
Oh, they're just
They've only
starting.
had their license for 3 weeks and they don't have any employees. Like apparently they own places, multiple facilities across
Oh,
the
that's another
across.
red flag to me then. If they've got a huge facility, they don't even have the people to run it. What? I would have
Mhm.
people before I had the facility if I could.
Yeah, do you know what? We need to have some people on because like I don't ha like that are in the market because like they're everybody's being taxed to death too. Like for every package, like even on an individual joint, you have to get one of these stickers and I think they cost on average about $1. But if you so it's like these, everybody's just getting taxed to death like in fees and processing. Like if you actually had your own processing license, because just the cost in plastic to put each
Oh
gram or
yeah.
eighth in that, and then just everything, they're just being bled to death, and then fees. And
That's why everybody should just grow at home. And they avoid
yeah,
all that
exactly.
nonsense.
Well, the one thing that really only ever interests me is being like involved with like a nursery or something, or someone that's breeding or doing seeds.
Yeah,
It's
that's cool.
it's a lot less to operate, and like you can get the nursery licenses a lot easier on an ALR property, and there's just I think you're even allowed like 800, like with a nursery license you're allowed 800 square feet for R&D, unlimited vegging plants. So I think
That's dope.
that would be pretty awesome. I've got some plants outside this year that are well, the wind, we had a crazy windstorm and it knocked over three of them, but I've got them all staked up.
Nice.
I don't think that they'll really finish in time, though. I just don't ever really expect them to finish in time. Well, I guess because well, maybe hybrids, like, so many people, like so many people grow in Michigan. Like, are they growing hybrids or they're not growing autoflowers, but they're having harvests in September. So they're
No,
just
they're just growing
lineage of
regular.
genetics.
Yeah, just growing regular photo period plants. You just select for the earlier finishers,
Yeah.
or they do greenhouse.
I
So,
just,
so they
yeah.
put it in a greenhouse. You can get. I've had people growing GMO outdoor here in Michigan. They just have it in a little greenhouse that they make. And I'm not
Yeah.
talking about greenhouse like you're talking about. I'm talking about they just fucking made it out of whatever they had, some PVC, whatever.
Literally, like weather changes and you're like, fuck, in the middle of the night and throw shit over it and put it together and then you finish it out till like end of October.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, well, I know Marcus, who's partnered with a company in Michigan, and they've got like 7 acres and they got landscape paper everywhere. And
Oh
I'm just
yeah.
thinking they just must have ones that finish like they fresh freeze everything. So they've got like trailers of freezers and it's
Big old reefer trucks, the big refrigerated semi trailers, and they just run those on diesel.
yeah, it's just yeah, I'm thinking they must have ones that are you must be staying away from Kush cultivars. Because I don't like I've just like Death Bub or anything that's like a Kush, they just you have no hope. Like I've seen people go into November with them and the buds are tiny. Like they're not even close to finished in November. So um
Well,
yeah,
you can always do light depths too, where you kind of force that change
yeah, well if you've
to
got a
try to
light
get it going
depth,
early.
um just they're so expensive to set up.
It's a
Like
pain. Yeah, it's expensive to set up, or it's not that bad to set up, and it's a lot of work. But if you can
yeah,
automate it, it's not a big deal, I suppose. But you could also go out there and just pay for it with your time and energy and fucking
hand target.
yeah, literally pull tarps and do that every day.
Yeah, it's definitely something I'm just happy that I put in my time when it comes to that kind of stuff. Yeah,
Yeah, I feel the same way. It's like I have an itch to want to grow outdoor, but I don't have the itch to want to sit out there and guard the fucking thing from people. So it's like if I do anything anymore, it's just like these little ones I'll throw out late so they don't get very big, and I kind of hide them in my vegetables and get some cool extra weed out of my vegetable garden. But
yeah, absolutely. How's everybody else in chat doing? It's been a while. Um, yeah, I wanted to apologize. We've had a couple shipment delays like that are just completely out of our control. Like the first one happened in transit, so I don't know what's going on the road, if it has anything to do with wars or just I don't really know because we never
well,
really had that
well,
happen.
the tariff wars, the actual military wars, everything's kind of popping off across the world and disrupting trade routes, literal trade routes.
A lot of people have asked, like why was there such a quick version of the Borg Evolution V2 and then V3? And the reason why is like, well, when the diodes were being developed, like we were using 15,000 Kelvin and 20,000 Kelvin white, blue diodes, and I wanted to do it as fast as possible, and it's just like the lead time on it was too long. So, we made like the V2 has the extra wattage on each channel for the warm white and cool white, and it has the plastic covers. It just has a 9,000 Kelvin channel instead of 18,000. And it was just because the
And it has
delay.
LED stars instead of Samsung, right? So
Yes, we've replaced everything, and like we've basically recertified everything because as of well, in 9 more days, unless someone puts in like like a large order, we won't be making stuff out of Samsung anymore. And I'm very happy about it, to be quite honest, just because, like I said, they've Samsung compared to LED Star has given us nothing but trouble when it comes to the manufacturing side of things, and it just yeah, so we're happy about that. Curious what other people are doing too, because I can, you don't see.
So the
Uh,
big difference, if I hear you correctly, is and understand it right. So the Borg Evo 1, the difference between that essentially and the Borg Evo 2 is we replace the Samsung diodes with the LED E star diodes, and then we've also beefed up the drivers on the warm white and cool white, gave it a little bit more wattage. How much more wattage did you say?
just 100, a
So
100.
still an extra 100 watts on each side is awesome. So if you're running just with those and not anything else, you still have enough watts on that one driver to still get good PPF. I love that. And then we've also got the added on are they lenses
No, they're just like removable plastic covers. Like you
just
can
to help
actually
with like
remove them
cleaning?
while they're hanging, but you won't be able to. You'd have to take it off to get them back on. But
I
yeah,
see.
you absolutely. And the reason why we added those, we did some tests, and you're losing about 4% light if you're going to use them. But if for cleaning purposes, it just makes it way easier. Like right now, if you want to clean the diodes, you're not supposed to be wiping them down. You would take like a spray bottle and spray it with like soapy water, and then rinse it down. Where once these covers are on, you can just wipe them right down, and there's we're giving way more light than it's losing, so it's not really going to affect anything.
Nice.
Huh.
And so on
It-
the V3 and the V3, then we had the availability of these when we started working with LED Star, the availability of this wider range on spectrum, mostly on the blue side, it sounds like. So we can go much wider now and have even more spectrums than what we could even do with the Evo 2. Is it the same wattage though on the first two channels?
It is. It is the same.
Okay, cool. So everything that V2 has plus, well, I forgot what I just said. Plus
Uh,
whatever I just said.
yeah, no, it's got everything is basically the same except for just the cool white channel is higher. And yeah, like anybody,
Oh yeah, it's
you know,
more
I
blue.
yeah,
That's
when we first started, I was only Samsung and I wouldn't even consider anything else, and that's just because of my inexperience and lack of manufacturing.
well, it
Uh,
was also the industry's hyper focus on efficiency, like for example, like in cannabis, the hyper focus on THC, when that doesn't tell you the whole story when it comes to plant.
well, Well, yeah, there's no difference in the actual light. You're getting the exact same light out of it. And to be quite honest, like LED Star, we can do way more with LED Star than we ever could with Samsung. So like we way bluer diodes. They've made us a diode that does the 437 nanometer wavelength that is just like the Samsung Evo Mint. So there's just absolutely no gain to using them. And like I said, in 9 more days, they're not even accepting any more orders. And like I was brainwashed by it. Like when we first started, like I said, I would not even consider it. I just, and then finally when we made the Torch series and had a combination of LED Star and Samsung and saw that like they're almost indestructible when you compare the two of them, we just don't even see not even close to the same sort of failure rate when there's an issue. Like a lot of times you guys aren't even seeing it because any issues that we have like a really high quality control where it's being aged for 2 hours and turned off and on over 100 times and then inspected. So if there is an issue with the PCB, we'll pick it up usually before it even goes out. Um,
Yeah, that's why you're seeing it at manufacturing level where that's like it's being sifted out before it even gets to the customer. But at that level, we're sifting out way more Samsungs than we are LED Star.
And and also that like LED Star, like we approached them about making a bluer diode for us, and they did it. And it's like, um, you know, when I say we developed it with them, that's like they obviously developed it after the input that they gave us, and then we tested it out. And we're obviously, what's crazy is that having that much blue from a white diode, it looks different than when you add blue diodes. Like you have a whole bunch of actual blue diodes. It's um it's way harder on your eyes. And one thing I didn't know until recently is that the life of them is way less, even less than what's advertised apparently. Like even with all blue diodes, not just theirs. That's what they're telling me.
So what's the expected once you heard that, like how much less? Is it 10% less? Is it 50% less?
I'd have to
What are we
get the
talking?
exact numbers, but they suggested to us that other large companies' specs have been manipulated. Is what they
Wow.
said. Yeah, and I believe it too. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
it would surprise me.
but red diodes, they're just not like red. Like obviously red diodes are great and last you know, there is really no difference between Osram and LED Star when it comes to red. Like you have ones that are just as efficient. Like, like LED Star, I think has a little bit takes advantage of the situation too that Samsung's going out of business. So it's like when we
Yeah.
get ones that are 437 nanometer, they charge us a lot. Uh,
So is 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 it also fair to say like all of the Torch models are they're basically their version twos are the Revolution series. Is that pretty much the case?
No, like, or sorry, say that again. Like the what?
So, like for example, are the Revolution models replacing the Torch? So, for example, the Torch 730, I see a Revolution 730, and like the Torch 320 and the Revolution 320. I believe the same
Um,
thing with the 480s.
well, no, like we designed it and like the driver itself is actually like we worked with Fahold to develop the driver, but it's certified as a Grandmaster LED driver.
Wow,
And
I
it's
heard that.
actually
That's fucking awesome.
yeah, like you won't see the name for hold on the driver, but I'm not hiding that we worked with them to develop it and we certified it. Like they didn't have it certified, and that it's still a 5 year warranty. And yeah, it's going to have a slightly higher failure rate than Inventronics, but it still has a 5 year warranty. So the reason why we made the Revolution series is to just make things more affordable, even cheaper for people. So everything is made like slightly less diodes. It's made slightly cheaper, but still a rock solid 5 year warranty. If you want a really nice light, then you can get you can get a Voyager or a Borg Evolution if you want to, you know what I mean, step
Okay,
it up.
so we're not going to
Or an
discontinue the other
Explorer.
ones.
No, well, the Torch series are going to be fully discontinued. We have a lot, like, well, we just had made still a lot, so like we obviously still have, well,
Yeah,
maybe not in USA, but Canada.
we got quite a few. Well, not quite a few. We're probably under 20 Torch 730s and probably
Okay, well,
under
that's not,
20
yeah. So
850s. Yeah, I've got a
yes,
little bit of stuff left.
okay, yeah. So it's basically going to be gone in the USA. So, um,
Yeah. Yeah. Get them now if you want them.
yeah, I don't understand why Samsung did that and then decided to get out. Well, to be quite honest, there's a lot of companies you're going to see some huge companies fall in this industry this year, like ones that you would have never expected. Like, I think there's going to be at least two major companies. I don't want to use any names, but like they're going to go under. People are going to get really, really screwed and they're not going to see it coming or thought that it's even possible. But I know definitely that there's a lot of people suffering. Well, again, it's about being efficient. And if you have this crazy overhead every single month and it slows down, you can just kind of be bled to death, basically.
Yeah,
Um,
like we were talking earlier, it goes back to the whole one of those things that can get your overhead up is renting a place that you never own.
yeah. Um, well, I was also actually thinking about starting another show kind of like midweek. I don't know. I was going to talk to you, Russ. I know your schedule's pretty busy with streaming, but like kind of like something else. Like I talked to Marcus about it too, about show your grow kind of thing, like a show like that where people can come up and not necessarily show your grow, show your lab, show your business, and we can kind of just talk shop about good and bad and being constructive. Starting a business obviously isn't the easiest thing, so having um, constructive criticism is always a good thing too. I even welcome it. Hey, Preston, how's it going? Oh, you're
Pretty good.
muted.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I
Yep.
can hear you.
What's up, Preston? Good to see you, man.
Yeah, you too. It's been a long time.
Yeah, man. It's been a long time since we've even been on.
I missed you guys.
Yeah, man, we miss you
Yeah,
That's
too.
yeah.
a nice surprise. I just saw the post about you guys having the show tonight, and oh yeah, oh, just got done eating. So yeah, right
How's
on.
your plants must be getting overgrown, man.
Well, am I allowed to show them?
Yep.
Yeah.
It looks so cool in his room.
Okay.
There.
How far into flower are they?
I am at day 24 of flower from Flip.
Oh, okay. So you limited the stretch. It didn't stretch as much as I thought it was going to.
No, I'm running your Transcend recipe, and
Okay.
that really helped. Not giving it any reds during the stretch.
Okay.
And just all throughout veg. Yeah, kept them down. Plus, I scrogged out the first layer here.
Okay.
So, yeah, scrogging it, kept it down real good. And then just, not having the reds kind of helped it a bit.
No under canopy yet?
I had to take them down because I had to do my final strip. And it's already tight in here. And I used to run cages. And then now I have this net and these rails. So I'm like, oh, yeah, it's very frustrating getting in here and try, like this canopy's so thick. So, yeah, it was a lot of fun. I was swearing for a lot the last few nights, and I still have another few hours to go in here just to finish it up. And then I'm just getting this plant taken care of now. This is the one with the 6 strains on it.
Oh yeah, it's got 6 cultivars grafted onto it. That's
Yeah,
ridiculous.
so it's grafted. So all
That's
these are
awesome.
different strains. Each branch is a different strain.
Now, are any taking over? Or are they all? Do you all still have a bit of everything?
Uh, each branch is its own strain here. So I don't know. It's like this one here is the frozen bag. Then we got
That's so cool.
grape crush right here.
I was gonna say that's the
And then
coolest
here-
shit ever.
And then here's monster skunk right here. This big chunk.
Okay, so you do have a bit of everything. Like
And then
what I
see
meant
that one's just this one's taken off. It's got these really big long branches that are just taken off. So yeah, it's a pretty gnarly looking plant.
that's so trippy. I know I saw like someone that had I think they called it a pomado, where they have tomatoes and then underneath potatoes.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like just like grafting a tree. So, yeah,
Yeah.
a guy from the island where you're from, Terry Ross. He's a grower in our growers guild group, and he's been grafting cannabis plants to keep for mums. And he's done one up to 12 strains on it so far. And yeah, he just I got contacted by the admin from the group and asked me if I wanted to have a little fun and flower out a grafted plant, so a super plant. Said fuck, why not?
That's
dope.
cool.
That's
I
super
thought
dope.
I thought that one might kind of could outgrow the other branches, but it looks like you got a chunk of everything.
Well,
in-
he's in DWC, so basically they're getting whatever the fuck they want whenever. You know, they're not running out of water. The nutrients always there, so
Yeah.
they're probably just all flowering whatever the fuck they need. It's already there for them.
Yeah.
That's pretty sweet.
I would have had that room completely stuffed full, like wall to wall. But when I got her, I scoped it and put her in quarantine because I found one little nymph mite on there.
Ooh.
And, yeah, so I quarantined it and then did like 2 weeks dunking the full plant every 3 days. And after about week 3, I cleared her into the room after she came out clear. And
Nice.
yeah, so she got delayed, but the big room had to take priority. I vegged the big room 3 weeks longer than I wanted to try and
Well-
hold off for the super plant to get back to health and get in there. And then she had to like go through the transition period too, so she was pretty stressed out.
I was legitimately concerned that your plants were going to hit the lights because they seemed like they were pretty tall before you
Yeah.
put them.
Yeah,
So-
well, after last run, I was yeah, it's been on my mind. So yeah, no, I was able to control it with the nets by getting rid of my cages and
Yeah, that's one really big bonus. Like where when people ask me, would you rather have spectrum tuning or the tent ultimate with the perfect uniformity? And it's like, well, that's one of the big edges about having that blue. At least you can limit it because, well, who knows when like how many people have over vegged your plant, man? It sucks. Like I think like I've probably done it on the last like 6 crops I've grown, even like where when I was younger, we used to just like give them we'd put so many on the table, we just give them a few days to like take and flip them and they'd still fill out the whole area.
yeah.
I'm definitely going to try to go super conservative where I don't care if it doesn't yield or if it doesn't fill out perfectly. Like I'm going to try to grow them on the smaller side over the
Yeah.
top. But what's the point? Well, I'm going to have, or sorry, what were you going to say?
So you can have way less work, like in the long run, because if you hold off, and like I do, and you're pruning constantly, you're trying to like thin the canopy to prevent any kind of crowding and possible powdery mildew from occurring. So yeah, it's just my rule is you got to fill up 50-60% of the space of the canopy and then flip it and then let the stretch fill out the remaining.
Mhm.
That's kind of the rule of thumb when you're scrogging out a room. So, but I always go past that because I don't know, usually having issues or whatever. Trying to time out these 2 rooms is a little bit challenging with the 1 plant per light versus the 4 plants per light. So Current Culture sent me this little 32-gallon UC solo site, and it comes with a lid with 3 sites on it. So that's what I'm going to use next. And then basically I'll be doing 3 plants in that 5x5. And that'll be kind of easier to time out both rooms, like for filling up that canopy. So yeah, it'll be good. And then next run, I have my genetics locked down from Covert Valley, Life Cycle Botanics,
Nice.
and I'm getting Lindsay OG for the big room and Death Bubba for the 5x5.
Nice.
I'll be
Uh,
working with them again.
on the last crop, or like on the next crop, are you going to clean out less? Because you've cleaned out all those stems, and you don't need to clean those out, right?
To clean out what?
Like, are you going to clean out less branches underneath on the next one?
Yeah, well, I just kind of kept things kind of the way I did. I did leave some stuff on the bottom that I usually don't. I kind of just kept my same style. I do leave some on the bottom. I always clear out the bottom third of the plant when I lollipop, but there's a lot under there still.
Gotcha. But I'm wondering
Yeah,
if next time, like, because I think you really only need to clear out like 6 inches from like basically the stem up, and then maybe you can maybe clean out branches off the stem, but you should leave those nodes, like those should all fill up with well, I'm curious. I'm gonna try it at least this time. Like I said, I've never grown with under canopy, but we're seeing some people just do ridiculous stuff like breaking 4.5 pounds of light. It's just ridiculous. There's multiple people that are doing it now, and it's crazy.
yeah. Like I still have quite a bit of cola here, about 18 inches, but
Okay.
because of the nature of undercurrents and how fast and crazy it grows, there's so much branching that I have no choice but to like prune a lot, or I gotta flip quicker so that I'm not pruning so much. Oh,
Gotcha.
but yeah,
Yeah, I found with the under canopy over at the Trichome Forge is like we still prefer to clean more out at the bottom. It's not as much as we used to, but the reason we do that is because it's the airflow. We still need that airflow through the canopy. It gets
that's yeah,
those buds are so big, with the under canopy underneath there, those secondary buds are fucking A buds now. So there's these big fucking honking buds, and you just need the airflow.
yeah. That's my
through
main
there.
concern in here is the airflow and why I kind of kept the same style of pruning below, but I still left more than I usually do, but not much, just but yeah, definitely airflow is big concern. So, you know,
Yeah, I'm excited just to have upper side. Like I know in the last couple of crops in my room where there was a wall on both sides, like it was just so weak compared to the other side that's got cross lighting. So to have that, like it's gonna be totally overkill. Like, well, I'm gonna try like doing side, lower, and everything. I'm gonna try like on a couple of them, just really lighten it up. Maybe even like back upper side because just see what the ROI is. Um, yeah. What else
Yeah,
we?
the side is good too.
get
Yeah,
that
but
plan.
I think essentially you find your spots. You find your darkest spots, right? And try to get that light there.
Yeah, Bubble Magic 4 to 5 of light. Yeah, I know it's more than I've ever done, but I had a crop where we hit over 3 pounds. I think it was two of them, two crops where I've hit over 3 pounds. So to think that to be adding that light underneath and not cleaning out the bottoms, you think it totally makes sense. Like these guys from Verde West, man, they like I'm actually going to their facility for a harvest in early July just so I can literally videotape them trimming 9 plants and then weighing it dry. And we're inviting some other people to come see it just because, a lot of people don't believe. Like they've actually hit 5.5 pounds per light of bigs out of 16 square feet. And I know that, like, I know a lot of other people that just say bullshit. And I'm like, no, man. I'm like, they got tops as big as their top, or tops on the bottoms, or they got bottoms as big as the tops.
That's using under canopy.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Like
Literally
I'm
like equal. He said like people were saying, "Oh, it's fluffy." It's like no, they're just as tight. And so to have that, I think, yeah, I can't wait to try it myself.
I'm doing 3.5 dry, but that's like whole plant, including the stuff that's used for ash. But yeah, that's what I'm getting per light right
Yeah.
now. So
Well, they're talking all bigs that make it into the
yeah,
bag.
yeah, that's
Yeah.
that's crazy. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yes, it's good buds. Not only that is like I've spoken like because one of the people that buy their stuff reached out to me because they're getting our lights because of the results that they're getting, and it's like Yeah, no, they're growing really high quality. Like I said, as far as I know, they're at the top of the chain. I've been kind of saying, hey, if you're struggling in your grow, like in Canada, it's like I would be consulting with them. I don't know, like obviously they got their irrigation down to an art. Like that's something that I've personally, well, I guess fell way behind, but I'm going to try to catch up on this next couple crops.
Yeah.
Like I'm going to have basically the AI doing everything like once it's time to feed versus like trying to monitor it yourself and then set it versus off what you're monitoring. Great if you have all lots of time, I guess, and you're not doing it anything else, but I just don't have the time
Yeah.
to do it.
Just put somebody smarter than you in there working that operation.
Yeah, like oh man, I've tried to make it like it might once I'm up and running, like the crop shouldn't get any easier, man. Cocoa bags I'm gonna use. Like the automation is so ridiculous. Like I'd like to think that, even mixing a reservoir, I only have to mix a res every like 4 days or every 4.5 days. The only thing that I could upgrade is like having some sort of dosatron system, which would be pretty sick. I'd love to be able to just do a mix where you're doing it once a month or you can like especially
Well,
when
yeah, your mix, you're just filling stock tanks basically for the dosatron. So you're just filling a
Uh,
garbage can. Yeah, there you go. Like Preston's showing off his.
yeah,
that
So
thing
it's
is this thing is fucking amazing, man. Like, it's
yeah.
so smart. I don't know. I can't explain it. I don't even. It can be adapted to any type of grow, and like it's so controllable down to like the second. You can fully customize this thing, and you can also run multiple rooms off of one dosing system with just getting like a manifold setup with solenoid valves, so it can switch from one system to the other. So you can you can utilize one system to mix to feed all your rooms, and then it can also do batch mixing for you as well. So it's like, yeah, it's great. And then it has auto drain, so you can hook up a solenoid valve to your drain, and it comes with a float valve in your reservoir to tell what level it's at. So you can drain 80% of your system just by
Oh
pushing the
wow.
button, and then you can say, "Okay, fill," and it'll fill your system and up to where you had it last because it has a float valve inside of the reservoir, so you tell exactly the height. Fucking amazing. I don't know, but it's expensive, but it's fucking awesome. I'm able to like leave the house for 2 weeks if I want, like unattended with this thing. So,
yeah,
but I'm here. Yeah,
That's badass.
yeah, it's cool.
so you
Yeah.
haven't had any type of failure or anything, like it's just been 100%.
I overdosed my system once when I was trying to set it up for the first time. But then I learned what I did wrong, and it's been good since then. All I did was I caught it right away because I was sitting here. So I drained a quarter of my system and then added RO back, and it leveled out. So
You
yeah, it
have
was
to
good.
remember what Preston does for a living too. So that might help a little bit too in that situation to know things.
Yeah, yeah. I'm plumber for the last 15 years, and
Yeah.
trades my whole life. I just quit my job plumbing. I
Well,
quit in March.
congratulations.
Yeah, I quit in March. I'm unemployed right now and loving life.
I love
but
that.
I'm working on starting my own company. So I'm gonna start up a handyman service company. I want to be solo. I want to work my own schedule. My wife's a shift worker. We got kids in school and daycare, so it's pretty difficult having a shift working wife and then having kids and then me having to miss work to pick up kids or drop them off certain times of the week. And
Yeah, give you that
it's
flexibility to
yeah,
pick up some of that.
it's frustrating for anybody who employs me too, because I'm a lead guy and I usually have an apprentice with me. So how do they schedule jobs? And I got a guy with
Yeah.
me and I gotta drop him off at 3. And it makes things difficult. And I'm too
Right.
old and I don't want to fucking work for anyone. I don't want to go to school anymore. I just want to do my own thing. So and try it out. Take the leap, right?
I
Good
like
for
it,
you.
dude.
Well, I think you'll be way better off after it's going too, anyways, right?
Mhm. Yeah. I just got my first job last week and was making 3 times the amount of money per hour that I was working for
Yeah,
some
that's what I
other
was just
guy.
gonna say. Yeah, that's what I was just gonna say. So like,
Like I was after I got paid, I was like, why the hell have I been working for somebody else for this long? Or kind of kicking myself in the ass, but whatever. Better late than
yeah,
never.
Yeah, well, you just got to work with some like get a couple contracts with some builders or something like
Yeah.
that. I'm sure I'm sure you'll get lots of referrals. It's like you do good work and it's
Yeah.
not so
I got a decent reputation in the city for my plumbing work and my boilers that I build and stuff because I make them into like art. So it's yeah, people know who I am here. Shouldn't be a problem. I just haven't I've been relaxing. I haven't put the word out. So yeah, and I just been it'll basically be word of mouth, I think, more than anything. So yeah.
I got to start measuring stuff and stop eyeballing everything.
Yeah. Yeah, it's bad for your pocketbook sometimes, eh?
Oh man. I I had a leak in my irrigation system. I'm going for my place. I'm going crazy trying to find it. And then I finally find it because the water's coming up out of the ground. Took me 2 hours to find. I'm walking everywhere but this one little spot where it happens to be coming out of the ground. So then I dig it all up. I go everything. I put my thumb right next to it. I measure exactly how it was with my thumb. But then when I guess I got my cutters, I guess I was off by or I guess I slightly moved it. It was off by a quarter inch. Oh man, I was so mad because I put 90s on both sides. So it was,
Uh,
and then I was gonna put, 290s down with the piece. And I tested it and I'm like, oh, I can still make it work because there's a little bit of flex. But as soon as I glued it in, there wasn't any flex left. You know
yeah.
what I mean? So I'm like, oh shit. Ended up
Yeah.
digging it up and bending it up on two sides, pushing it in and gluing it with a rubber mallet, and it worked. But yeah, I'm done. My days of eyeballing are done. Everything's gonna be measured from now on.
That
Yeah.
sucks.
Hey,
And
I
you
made it work. Sometimes I've been pretty damn good with those eyes. Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna hire anyone that's gonna do any type of spray foaming because I just overdo it every time too. Known for just going to town with the spray foam. Yeah,
yeah.
it's sealed, man.
Good.
Well, I always feel like you have to just use everything that's in the can because once you're done, the can's done anyway. So you might as well just use it all.
Yeah, go walk around the house or whatever. And just
Yeah, I gotta find
look,
holes,
look,
man. I gotta
look,
go to
look
film.
under things and yeah.
Yeah, my buddy's got a piece that he puts on them and it keeps it airtight so that you can keep on like you don't have to just use it the one time. I know I usually just use the whole can too. Um yeah, like I'm ready to go underneath my shipping container that I'm in right now on the other side of Rat. It's come back and dug out underneath and I know in the wintertime, well, it happened in the winter and I just didn't notice it. And what was happening is because if it's warm in here, it would start sweating. So it started getting a bunch of moisture on the floor and then a bunch of mold grew on the floor because of it. And it's like,
I remember
oh.
that. The
I
fucking
remember that
stuff
rat that was
underneath it.
causing, I wouldn't matter what I did, I put out every single trap. And then it's like, okay, you just, I forget what type of traps we finally got that worked really well, but don't ever get a rat trap that looks like a mouse trap. They're
No,
first, they're just smart enough. They're smart enough to set them off without getting caught.
yeah.
Like you get these big ones, it's like a clamp where you got to push them back, and it's like almost like a bear trap. And man, I remember we got rid of our we have cats now, so I don't even know if they're still around. Like my cat, my smaller cat, he just goes out every night and kills. Come back with blood on his neck, just wants to be out. So
Wants to come snuggle?
well, it's good for all the shrews. I'm sure like our shrew population is way down, you know.
Yeah.
Um, I couldn't believe it though on my other property how many shrews that I saw and snakes going on over there. There's just so many well, we're redoing all our landscape paper on the beds because what's happened after time is the dirt settled a couple inches off from the beds. And so when we had it really tight across, when a dog or anything was going it through, like it punctured all these holes and then weeds. Like I can tell you guys as someone that's got a farm now for my fourth year, like how to do it. So like weeds are the nonstop. Like it's so disgusting when I saw a video of a guy selling blueberry plants and they're like 12-year-old plants. He's like $50 each. He's walking like the path in between is just dirt and there's like a dirt mound that they're in. Not one freaking weed. You know that it is so nastily, like so much poison is sprayed on that constantly. Like they must have to do it every 2 weeks and just spray it with such poison. Oh, and then like the kids are coming and you pick it just it's so disgusting. It's just an eye opener. I hate it. Like to think about how much poison, because I saw someone spray like a little bit of Roundup in an area on their property, and I saw what it did and how long it did for it to be not one freaking weed. Like the weeds will just nonstop come. Like you have to do it with landscape paper is the only way to do it. Like even using a mulch is not realistic. They'll grow out of rock. So like you could put rock down in between your rows and think, and they will just start growing everywhere. They'll grow out of packed gravel. Like I had to strip all that gravel up in between my beds and then put dirt and then got grass. And oh man, like I can cut the grass, but now grass grows along the side of the bed and I have to weed eat it. And like what my plan is, I'm going to put landscape paper down on the side of the bed and just over a foot and pin it into the ground so there'll be, I don't have to go there and weed eat these beds. It's
Have you
not that.
tried one of those propane torches things that they use for weeding?
Tiger
Yeah,
torch.
yeah,
I know.
yeah.
Yeah.
I've got it set up in like one of those like on a wagon like for in my driveway. It actually works really well for like it's still a pain in the butt though. Like the only way to do it is grass. Like and I've seen they have lawnmowers that have like a weed eater at the end, but as long as I have landscape paper that just comes out
Oh, I
of
see what you're saying. Yeah.
yeah, it will come down the side of the bed and out a foot on both sides. I'll just be able to I can just mow it. I'll never have to worry about it. Like that's what we're working on today was getting like it's been man like it'd be so nice in a couple of weeks when we have this all done and never have to worry about well for weeds for like the next few years. Because I'll tell you, man, the amount of time of just taking care of weeds, it's just disgusting though. So just remember, if you're going to any farm, man, I'd be going for organic more than ever these days. It's just disgusting to
I
think of.
like I just did this today. I was mowing the grass and I used the bagger on the mower and I collected all the grass and I used that as my mulch for around my like all the vegetables and everything I got going on back there. And that I put it on thick. And that always does a good job smothering out weeds pretty good.
It
Yeah, I would think.
holds the water in longer too when it's
Yeah, hold that water too.
yeah.
I just know that we put like tons of we got like a mulch, like not the cedar one, but a different mulch, and they're like, oh yeah, this will take out the weeds, and it's like we put it around and they just grow right out of it. Like people that think that you can just put mulch across, like I understand putting a thick layer of grass, but I mean like taking wood chips and they'll grow it with wood chips, you know what I
Oh yeah,
mean?
wood chips would be different. That'd be you
Like
growing mushrooms then.
yeah, well no,
Have
it's
you
just
tried that fiberglass paper? Yeah, for landscaping.
no,
You
well,
try?
it's just I don't know what type it is, but I know it's like one that doesn't. It's not supposed to leach or anything. It has the green
Mhm.
line on it. Yeah, when I say mulch, I'm talking about like wood chopped up mulch, though.
No,
And
you're talking about doing paper for the weeds, but there's
oh
this
yeah,
other.
like just putting
But
landscape paper down
yeah,
everywhere.
but there's this landscape stuff. Well, I just got it for the garden, but it's like the fiberglass stuff that we're trying out. So,
Okay.
yeah, just to stop weeds from coming up.
Yeah, like I put weeds down or I put landscape paper down and then put rock, thinking that that's going to stop it, and it doesn't. Like we just concluded, like for like this huge area where we have beds across the street, we're actually just going to put landscape paper on top and in between the beds and just walk. Like if you look at like big operations, the like cannabis operations, they've got landscape paper everywhere on the fields. Like if they're doing it right,
Yeah,
so it's like around everywhere except for where the plants are coming out, and it's like they're not
Yeah,
dealing.
they've got those big tractors and that will put that down. It's like
just
literally
the
puts
strips.
down yeah, puts down a whole strip of landscape paper, then they go pop a hole and put the plant in.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway,
Plastic mulch. We'll call it plastic mulch.
yeah, that would be nice. Like I said, if you're ever gonna do it, make your bed out, put the paper down, and then just burn a hole with like a torch on how big you want to plant it. And then even after, if the hole gets too big, you can cut little pieces of landscape paper and just kind of crunch it up and get it in there. Because the weeds will even grow out of those holes, man. Like we've actually had to, well, after you did that soil solidifier thing, we just got a bunch, it's like a soil solidifier, it's like sulfur basically. And we put it all on a bunch of the plants, on all the plants actually. And man, the plants are just coming back to life. It's so crazy. They were all had like
Dude, I couldn't
yellow
believe
leaves and
how
they just
fucking
start going
that
into
I
green
couldn't believe how
instantly.
good that fucking made the berries just fucking, dude. I pulled all the strawberry. I had strawberries in my front yard. I had strawberries in my backyard. We pulled them all out this year and put them in big pots and so that we have them right on the back porch. but I used that soil acidifier stuff that I sent you a picture of. And damn, everything's popping. We're getting berries and it's sending out a bunch of runners and we're gonna have a
Oh,
ton of more plants.
yeah, it's so awesome. Like one of my friends right down the road, they did like they got a bunch of strawberries from us, and then they just start taking all the runners. And the last year they got so many runners. I would say it's about about maybe 4 by 8 beds, and there's so many strawberries. They're busy with other shit, so they're like not even like fully picking it. I just go over there once a day and just take handfuls of ripe strawberries and just
That's awesome.
yeah. Well, like we've got strawberries too this year, but like I want to do it how they have it. Like they didn't put down hay. You want to also put down hay, but like next year I plan on having beds of strawberries, for like sprouting them, and then you put down hay in between them so it doesn't have any of the weeds, and that they can all
Yeah.
rest on it. And oh, like just after, the strawberries are one of them have the most pesticides out of almost any single fruit. Like apparently you can juice a strawberry and use it for a pesticide. I've seen people say that like in some places that's how much pesticides.
Holy shit.
I know, but to be able to eat ones that don't have anything on it and just handfuls of it,
Oh, it's a whole different experience for sure. You get a
I want to
fresh,
freeze them. Like I want to
ripe
have them
one.
throughout the winter time. Like same with yeah, lots of stuff.
Yeah, they don't store super good that way. I think
Oh,
you'd be
like
best drying them
freezing them?
out. Yeah, I think your best bet if you want long-term storage is like drying them out.
Well, I was thinking like freezing them for shakes and that kind of stuff would be
Oh, if
really,
you're just making smoothies out of them, yeah, that'd work.
yeah, making like
Like
fruit
as soon as,
leather, making
as soon
fruit
as you
leather.
unfreeze it, they're just mush.
Yeah.
Yeah, like making fruit leather. We
Yeah,
make
fruit
fruit
leather.
leather. It's so good. Like someone was saying too, if you just cut up strawberries and you put them in the oven, it turns it into like a gummy candy, basically. I forget how long they were saying to do it. But yeah, back to growing. So I haven't figured out what the third cultivar I'm gonna do is, but I'm gonna do Death Bubba, Lindsay OG. That Lindsay OG, it's well, have you actually done
You
it
should do
yet?
GMO. You should also do GMO.
That's still in DOD that I'm pretty sure it's the same one that Luna has, right?
That who?
That Luna West has? Is it? Do you know?
Um,
I don't know if it is or not.
I'm just trying to think.
Because
I think I did
because
give it to him.
because Paul Martin, he's like a really solid breeder in Ontario, and he got his cut from the original breeder,
Mhm.
and yeah, it's been floating around here. So that's the one I grew probably my second or third crop after I built this room, and it's freaking amazing. And yeah, I hope it's the same one
Oh,
from
so you
Colbert.
haven't grown the one that's from Life Cycle Botanics yet.
Not well, no, not from them personally, but if it's the same cut that's been going around here for the last forever, so it could be I could have grown
'Cause
it just from somebody
That
else. So
that cut I've got originally like 10 years ago or whatever, and man, I actually love it. It's got this beautiful taste is the only way I would
Mhm.
describe it, that coats your mouth with that OG flavor that everybody's looking for, that you don't really ever taste anywhere in
Yeah.
most cultivars. So, and then I was thinking like I'm not sure what other one I was like, you know what? I don't know if I have enough or I can get enough cuts of the GMO to be ready in time. I do want to grow GMO that like because I did grow it once, or like someone else grew it and sent me a little bit, and it when I smelt it, I didn't think I would like it, but it tasted like candy when I was smoking it, man. Tasted beautiful. That's how I would describe it. And
I
yeah, I
would
had
never I would
HLA.
never describe GMO as fucking
Yes,
candy though.
garlic mushroom. Yes.
Yeah, it's more
It tasted like earth, like it
savory.
tasted like an earthy candy to me.
Okay. It
Is
was
that
more for me, it's like I get a lot of garlic. I don't get I get a lot of like maybe a little bit of pepper, a little tiny bit of gas maybe, but it's mostly like that earthy, garlicky.
I get earthy. I get like a floral smell though, or almost is how I remember it. Like I did not remember smelling it going, wow, this is not something I would like.
Well, the cut around here is just so garlicky, like it's ridiculous how like it's a thick smoke too, and it like stains your bong with it. So the next hit tastes like garlic no matter what the fuck you put in it.
Well, this cut I had was the same one that Loki Grow was growing. That was the GMO cut, and it stretches like crazy. Like when I got
No, I haven't grown GMO under the spectrum tuning. I'll have to try to get that cut back and suppress that stretch. See if it works. Not only is it stretch for like crazy, it's a long flowering strain, and so the stretch is longer. The stretch period is a little bit longer.
And please keep in mind with my when I'm describing flavors and tastes, like I have totally different smell and taste than other people. Like people say Death Bubba is extremely gas, and I don't I don't consider, and no strains smell like gas to me. So I don't like again like for Death Bubba, I describe it as like a earthy pine kind of gangster ass flavor. I don't know. Like,
Gangster. What's a
well,
gangster ass taste
I
like?
don't know. Gangster ass. That's like OG. I meant like OG. Like I got a little. It's got OG lineage in it, definitely. But yeah,
I do like OG.
I'm definitely gonna be like I feel like the last. Well, another reason why we're gonna be back on YouTube is like we just Instagram. Like we're gonna build things back up on here in a really strong way. Instagram is pathetic at this point. Like we can't even post anything in our story. Like I can't
We
even
can't say
like
tarantula. When you say tarantula,
yeah.
that's
I can't say
trafficking
Email
tarantula
shop.
anymore.
trafficking rare animals
On
for
the
using
Grandmaster
the word
level shit.
tarantula.
Yeah, it's like it's just
Hmm?
got to a point.
Yeah,
Well,
it's
there
been a
used
while.
I would consider stories used to be very safe. Like that was our one
So
safe
I
thing at
just
Deep
went
Frieder.
downstairs last.
Oh, second there. Um, yeah, so I would consider it like the one safe thing, like having a story. I could post something in a story. I'd never have to worry about anything. And then all of a sudden we got hit with so many strikes for like, and these weren't even flower shots, they were plants. And I couldn't review to, you can't request a review. It's ridiculous. So anyways, yeah, like I said, I think we're just gonna come back. I'm gonna be trying to
You
get, or sorry,
even
go on.
verified on there too, and that didn't seem to help.
Well, they said that they've lifted restrictions. I call bullshit because there's still mad violations. People are getting eliminated every single day. Eventually, like I think it is gonna come around and you will be able to like eventually in time the algorithm will change, but until then, we have to be extremely conservative. And like I said, we're gonna build it back up now. Like it's gonna take time. I don't really care about the views at this point. We'll just make good content and like make an educational grow series. I'm really gonna try to get every day of the crop on footage, even if I'm not around. I'm gonna try like just. I know it's nice to see a crop of every day of it, so there's not like a part that's missed out. It makes things a lot easier for other people, and it's how you properly document something. You have footage from every single day.
So
So
sorry.
oh
So on YouTube, you're okay to post your plants and stuff, and you're not gonna get in trouble.
no, I'm not going to get in trouble at this point. I've given up the fact of trying to be monetized. Like I just
Okay, gotcha. Yeah.
like it's like I thought that we're going to be in thought, and it just we're just gonna have to just attract people and rely on people to share it and make good enough content that
Yeah. Or you could have somebody just run a site that's just for lights and information on lights, and you could even show your crops and maybe blur them when you're editing, and maybe you can get away with it that way
I'm not
for that
yeah
specific page or something. Maybe if you want to get monetized on one, and then do
yeah
your show on a different one.
I'm not worried. Like the only reason why I want monetization has nothing to do with making money. It's just to get reach and be shared. But
Yeah.
we're just gonna work hard on and work hard and go the organic route of things being shared. Like if you're doing good work and it's a good documentation. Like another thing is like I feel like since I've been even making videos, since I've been in this place, and since like I haven't like since we started Grandmaster LEDs, like those last couple crops, I would say at best case scenario got 15% of like the effort I would put into one of the old school crops that I would grow that were way bigger. Like they're just I'm not there for the plants and not being there every single day and just not having the energy where this one I'm really gonna try to man up and just be there for it and put in way more effort. So I'm hoping, yeah, that's the
Yeah.
plan.
You're a busy man.
Yeah. Well, it's been insanely busy. We've hired another person named Maya that's helping a lot with administrative stuff, and that's definitely helped a lot. But yeah, um, so many good Instagram Canna pages disappeared. Yeah, man.
Yeah. Mine's been getting hit too. It was doing really good during my setup when there was no plants. One of my videos went viral. That was like over like 350,000 views or whatever on it. But and then yeah, my followers just went crazy on on Facebook, but then I just getting hit with violations as soon as plants get showed. So
On
uh,
Facebook or Instagram?
both, not so much on Facebook. Facebook's been like really lenient and letting me get away with shit, but Instagram is I'm like highly restricted right now. I can't go live for like a year. So
Yeah.
I had a whole bunch of videos taken down,
Oh,
but Facebook's leaving them up. But I just got hit with one on Facebook the other day. They got removed. So
were you
and
able
yeah,
to review it? Were you able to request a review?
I don't even want anything. I had my account taken down not so long ago, and then I got it back. But that was scary.
You want to
So that
request a review?
yeah, but like then am I not just putting a target on my back? Then that's kind of how I feel right now. I just want to just
No, if you
nah.
don't do it and get more, then they'll just like. Here's the one thing is I've seen people get crazy violations, but they win them back when they request a review.
Yeah,
And
like
so, like,
yeah,
you
The
definitely want to
problem,
request the
yeah.
review.
The reason you
Bro.
want to request a review is because you usually get flagged by a fucking robot, and
yeah,
you're not gonna get human eyes on it until you request a review, because then they'll look at it like through a human, and then you might have a 50-50 chance that you.
yeah.
I'd say even
I can
better.
still get it reviewed. It's still sitting on my thing to get reviewed, but yeah,
Would
like
you-
I'm not selling anything. Like it's obvious that I'm just just posting them, sharing how to grow and process and whatnot. I get it that it's cannabis, but come on, it's legal. It's this the stigma is just ridiculous. And yeah, like you said about how they were gonna be a lot more lenient, then yeah, I don't believe that. Hasn't
It
happened
doesn't.
yet. Not for cannabis at least.
Yeah, because like
Maybe for tits and ass.
every single post that I've had flagged in the last few months, we've won it with a review and got it back. The only ones that we haven't been able to are ones in the story, which are automatically reviewed. Like you can't appeal them. It's so stupid. I was so mad because we did some collaboration posts and like I feel bad like people are tagging us. We don't even share our story anymore because it's like unless there's absolutely no plants. But if you got like multiple tags, then yeah, it's not worth it at this point. And like I said, we're gonna bring the content to YouTube because we can actually almost do anything here, as long as you're not doing extract videos.
Oh,
Like a short path distillation video is enough to could take down your channel.
even
But
bubble washing or whatever. Like, already?
I think bubble washing is fine, but like doing lab stuff where it's like
Anything with solvents.
yeah, I guess so.
Yeah.
It's like making BHO or anything like that.
Mhm.
So, but yeah, like I remember that I got hit for that before. Remember putting a short path distillation video?
Mhm.
It's a it's kind
That
of
was the
crazy.
first time I think the first time I remember they threatened to take your page down.
Yeah, well, I couldn't
I
get the
remember
live
you
stream.
deleted all your fucking videos after that. Yeah, that was a
Yeah.
hard reset.
Yeah.
Well, I don't plan on ever deleting another one. I've given up this monetization thing. Like it's when you're putting in a lot of effort and then you're getting 1,500 views or 1,000 views, it's pretty frustrating. Like when people are messaging you and saying, "Hey, I'm not getting notified. I don't get to see it." It's just like, say we have to, make it worth it where people want to come and see it, I guess.
Mhm.
Anybody from chat want to come up and talk some shit? I meant like I don't mean talk shit. That's not what I meant. I meant update us with something going on.
Or talk some shit.
Or talk some shit.
I mind
Uh,
hearing a little bit.
yeah, when it comes to dehumidifiers, I'm pretty happy. I've got two Andon 210s, and one thing about Andon, I'll just say it out there, I really like their warranty. Disappointing seeing some other people how they handle it, or I just don't like seeing people get screwed over.
Mhm.
So if you're getting a dehumidifier, I know they're expensive, but I stand by Andon just because their warranty is like our warranty in a sense where they care and they're ready to get the parts out and be there for you. And I respect that. I've seen it a lot different with a few other companies. Not gonna name any.
What were you using before? No.
Well, how much dehumidification do you have in your room there? Preston?
Uh, 320 combined.
Okay, so that's probably enough to get you through it then, huh?
Oh yeah, when I was like full canopy there, feeding heavy, I'm easy keeping it at 50. I could go lower if I wanted. Yes, I have awesome control in my room. Like I can get my room down to like 10 degrees if I want, and yeah, I can handle the heat load and everything. People were wondering why I was putting both my chillers in there and all that light and everything, and it's because I'm an HVAC guy and I know how to size my equipment properly in my room. So
Well,
that's all.
what's crazy is that having 80 pints per light, I think it is honestly
Oh
like,
yeah, 75 is like where you want to be.
yeah, okay,
So
say
80s.
75,
Yeah,
say
yeah.
75 even, like where I was, every crop I've grown in there, I could, I could control it up until I got up to, the fifth week or the sixth week, or say 6 weeks in, and all of a sudden when the lights are out, I can't
Mm,
control it to what I want. And that was even having 300 pints, obviously wasn't enough for six lights. But now that I've got 410 or 420, that should be, or sorry, no, yeah, actually, I get, no, sorry, 210. I got 420 pints for
yeah.
six lights. So that's, I'm,
Yeah.
I'm doing awesome. Like I'll probably only have one of them running until I get halfway through the crop and then just, flick the other one on.
Yeah,
Uh,
that's what I do with mine too. I run my small portable until it can't keep up, and then I kick on the big one, and yeah, it's good.
and now do you have yours on the floor or do you have them
I
mounted?
the 210 commercial one's up on the roof, and the 110 is down on the floor.
Yeah.
So, and then I have heat on both sides of the room because I got both dehumidifiers on that side, and then I
Okay.
got both my chillers on the other side. So I got heat getting kicked off on both sides, so it's even. And it's yeah, everything's working pretty good in there. And then I ran that tube down the center of my room here, and I made this funky scoop for the front of my mini split, and then an inline 6-inch AC Infinity fan that pushes the air.
Oh, nice.
So
So
just
pulling it and making it go all the way
yeah,
across.
and then all the holes, it just shoots evenly all over the canopy, and then fewer holes down at the bottom, but it yeah, both sides just kicking air all evenly down the canopy, and then I got so many fans in here. It's crazy. All kinds of floor fans. So
Nice.
tons of air. And then I got that's another big, huge carbon filter over there, just scrubbing the air. So I got two big air scrubbers in here. So this room is never vented or anything. There's no exhaust, no intake. I have one in case I need to as an emergency, but it never runs. So completely sealed. So
Yeah,
works awesome. Yeah. Except
yeah.
for the cracks and stuff in the walls. I'm just kidding.
I, I'm excited to have the dehumidifiers on the floor. Like the last two ones, having them up in the corners on one side, it just like I think with on having it on the floor and then having fans do like a circle and then having a circle up top, just
Mhm.
blend everything better and make it even, rather than having one area getting slightly warmer or something like that. Yeah,
Anyone
yeah,
have any hot spots or whatever?
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Um, well, we might as well look. You got Nightbot going there?
So there's a question here in
I
chat,
do.
GML from Stanton2534. And he or she says, my comment from the Stash podcast, I'd like to see more entry-level Spectrum tuning or Tarantula Voyager 2-channel type to get people into your grow lights, entry into the brand, and create loyalty. So I think what it means is maybe smaller lights or less expensive lights. Is there any plans for something like that?
Like a 2x4?
Well, yeah, like the
Yeah,
Explorer
like
obviously
2x4.
is like
Well, the
ridiculous
Explorer is a
value.
great example, yeah.
No, I think he means like a 2x4. And we're not ever gonna make another quantum style board. I just don't see it. It was the bars are just better.
Yeah.
Um, what we are going to be making something here in a couple months that will accommodate people in a 2x4. We just like I want to say that it's going to be called the Tarantula Sun UV is almost done. Like we've already had a few prototypes and basically have it ironed out. It's a pain in the butt, actually making that thing because we have to make it, obviously for 8 bar and 6 bar, it's no problem. But then you see how close the bars are together on our 10 bar lights. So we've
Yeah.
had to make it way thinner and then make like beef up the heat sink. And, we really had to beef up the heat sink. So it's not going to look like any of our other heat sinks. Um, just because UV, just to have it running cool enough. So that's almost wrapped up. Once that's wrapped up,
What about the microgreens? You didn't talk about those.
oh, that's right. Well, we've made a microgreen kit that I don't know if they've left yet, but there's going to be a bunch leaving. So I had an idea. I thought I talked about this a long time ago, but I had the idea to make a light that fits in a 10-inch by 20-inch tray, like a set
Oh,
that normally our clone lights are 44 inches long and they cost a lot to ship. So we've made one fit in a tray, and we're going to have two different kits where one does 4 trays and the other does 1 tray. And we've got it down to where we can grow a crop in 4 days of like broccoli sprouts. We've been doing a lot of different testing, but making them germinate for 3 days is crazy. How much it saves you. And not only that, like I know some people that are pros, and a lot of people what they like to do is put them in darkness, and they put trays. They'll stack their trays while it's germinating. And what they
Yeah.
discovered it was costing them 2 days because of the
yeah.
darkness and because it kind of packs it down. It would take them an extra 2 days by the time that they take them off and to get them to the same height. So I just coincidentally was doing it without those trays and just letting them germinate and open, and that really seems like the way. Our last kind of thing that we've been figuring out is the seeds, like because it's like the biggest cost of a on a microgreen crop. Like for example, in my 2x4 area, we can grow about a pound of broccoli sprouts every 4 days. The cost on nutrients is about 5 cents.
Hmm.
Cloth is reusable. The power is almost irrelevant, but and this was our wholesale cost on the seeds was like I think it's around 350 US. That's not including shipping to where we are, but I'm saying so. But that's producing about 50 to $60 worth of microgreen in Canadian dollar. So it really depends, but I think it's an awesome hustle.
Mhm.
And what?
You just gotta have a good in with like a local restaurant or something that will use them again and again and again and again.
Yeah, or even like like a local like general stores or different
Oh
types
yeah,
of.
if you have a farmer's market and you can just vend, people come buy from you, that'd be dope.
Yeah, just even bigger supermarkets, or if you can get in or whatever. I think it's a pretty sick side hustle, but we want to just figure out the seeds. That's the last part of it, but that's going to be coming in a pretty big way.
So when you
And
mean figure out the seeds, do you mean figure out the blend of seeds that you want? Or are you talking about just supply? You've already got the like
yeah, about
what
importing the seeds and then having like,
Okay.
I'd love to be able to I'd love to be able to get them to people for a way cheaper price so they can reload them from us and just not do
Yeah.
like there's two companies that literally have like a monopoly of it, and in North America basically they bought out so many different companies. So you're either buying it from them or you're basically indirectly buying it from them, and they kind of control it. So we've worked on the side in Canada to be able to import it. It's just about we're still working on international suppliers trying to find the right supply. But it's like
Do you know what the mix is though? Is it like broccoli and
well, no, you grow all
radish?
different varieties. So you're broccoli. If you're going to either grow broccoli, you grow radishes. You don't
It's
normally.
not a blend. It's just
Yeah,
one
there's
one at
there's
a
certain
time.
blends to make like spring mix salad, and those are
Okay.
12 to 14 day crops, not 4 day. But still, you could be doing, you'll be able to do everything. And what's cool about it is that we have
It'd be cool to
developed.
grow your own salad. That'd be
Yeah,
fucking dope.
you develop your own. We've developed your own cloth, so you don't have to worry about mold. Um, and that's one of
Because
the
they don't
things.
mold, or is there something that inhibits mold
Yeah,
or
yeah. Well, not just the cloth is mold and UV resistant.
oh dope.
So like that cloth that we're using, I feel like we really just hit a home run. Like you, you'd have to be completely stupid to screw this one up. Like it's just so easy. You mix the amount of like a little bit of nutrients in 1 gallon, then you pour out 1 liter, and you just pour 1 liter on every single tray. Then you just put the
Where are the
seed
seeds
on.
at?
Well, you weigh. I weighed out the seeds, so I've got a big bag. So I was putting. I guess you only need to use an ounce. I was using 30 grams. So you just weigh the seeds into a cup and sprinkle each one, and that's about the one of the hardest parts of it. And what I did notice that was weird after
And you
doing.
don't water it after that at all, or you keep it
No,
water?
well, I had one crop where on the fifth day I had to water it, but I think it also goes with the temperature you have inside because the crop that I did in 4 days, by the third day I had to give it water, or the day after it germinated, or like I turned on the light, I had to give it water. But it has like an insert. You just lift up the insert that holds the cloth inside the tray, and you just dump 500 mils of water. So I had to do that actually twice, but I might have done it prematurely on the second time because when I cropped out it was a little bit wet, like on a couple times. But my point is, it's so like you're at the very most you have to water it twice. So after 3 days pouring, just lifting it up, 500 mils of water, no nutrients, and it's done. Like
So
you
have
can.
you eaten any yourself yet?
Oh, absolutely. Do you know
Is
what?
it
Do you know
pretty
what I
good?
saw? Yeah. Do you know what I couldn't believe though is like when you look at broccoli, the amount of broccoli sprouts
I
to
love
get the same
broccoli.
nutrition value. They've got like this little tiny pile versus this big massive thing of broccoli, and it's got equal nutrition.
Yeah.
So like almost nothing. Like we're talking like in weight wise, like I don't even know what it would be. Like
Like a
150th.
salad of those microgreens would be like fucking eating them fucking what do you call it?
Five
Multi.
gallon pail.
Well, yeah,
Yeah,
just put them in a
yeah,
shake.
yeah.
You wouldn't even taste it. Putting them in a shake and just putting like like 5 grams of those sprouts has got to be like eating over a half pound of broccoli. Like the when it comes to nutrition value.
That's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, anything gross says we're giving dandelion microgreens a try. You know what's
Yeah,
crazy?
we're gonna just harvest the heads. Like once they turn white, and harvest those heads, that'll be the seeds. Then we'll get that, give us a ton of seeds, yeah, for free. And then we're gonna try it. And I think that's gonna be sweet.
That's awesome. You know what? I thought we had dandelions everywhere.
We
And
definitely do.
no, well, you know what's crazy? We have these other yellow flower plants that look like dandelions. Like even my wife, we thought we have like I thought I have them everywhere. I just saw this thing about how they were taking dandelion root and it's making it into a tea, and apparently within
Coffee.
48 hours, so effective on people that have cancer, prostate cancer on the cells or something.
Oh, really? I know it's
I,
just really high in mineral dense because like that root goes so far down and it just mines minerals.
it was either killing the cells or converting them or something crazy beneficial for
Okay.
people that. And I was thinking, we got thousands everywhere, and I'm like, and then my
Yeah.
friend's like, hey, wait a sec, those aren't dandelions, and I'm like, what? I'm like, of course they are. And then he's like, no, a dandelion only has one shoot, and it's got a hollow stem. I'll
Yeah.
have to send you some pictures of these things I have because I forget what they're called, but they have multiple ones coming up, but they look and like
Wow.
dandelion has a pretty unique smell. Like I remember it as a kid.
It definitely has a hollow stem because you can use it for a straw. It almost has like a milky substance when you cut that stem, that like the inside of that. It's
Yeah.
yeah, it's like
You know, if you
and
rub don't you remember like taking a dandelion and rubbing the flower and smelling it?
I remember you rubbing the flour on our faces and shit and getting the
It
yellow
has
shit
a
on your
very
face.
unique smell, though. That's why when I rubbed this other plant, I thought, "Oh my, this is a dandelion. It smells like it."
We used to use them for mama had a baby and her head popped off.
Yeah, mama
Yeah.
had the inner head popped off. Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. So, anyways, yeah, I thought that was extremely cool. I realized, well, I haven't seen those. And tell me this: did you not see? So I saw a post, and someone's in the post that said, "Do you remember all the white dog shit you saw as a kid?"
Yeah.
Oh,
What
yeah.
happened?
Yeah, that's a conspiracy theory.
Well, there is no more white dog shit.
No, I've got some white dog shit in my backyard right now.
Really?
Absolutely. I just just mowed the grass today and I saw some white dog shit. I was like, whoa.
But does it get as moldy as fast? So
Is it because the food's changed, or what's going on? Like,
yeah,
Because
it
of
has
your yard
something,
and your
has
yard
some,
changed.
something to do with the formulation of the dog food. So yeah, it's got to be something.
because like my dog shit all over the place, and I never see white dog
You
shit.
feed your dogs well, though.
Yeah, and the shit's like that thick, so it takes
And
a while
feed your,
Okay.
to break down.
you feed your wolves good food. A
Oh,
despicable
If you, if
dad.
you if you had a Chihuahua, it might turn white quicker, right?
Yeah, yeah.
no, we sometimes like we had them at one point on like a full raw diet and they loved it. It was just so messy and so we have them on like a dry food, but like once at least once a week, I'll get them like some steak and I'll make them, or then maybe throughout the week I'll make them some eggs also, like make them like 4 eggs
Nice.
each,
But yeah, that
just like
smells nice.
just as a
Yeah.
treat. But
Yeah.
I wish it wasn't so messy with the dry, with the food, or else like it's obviously so much better. And one of my dogs is just prone to, well, cane corsos are prone to ear infections especially when you don't have their ears cropped. People think it's cruel, but I'll tell you, man, what they go through when they have these ear infections, and it's like almost every, not every, but a lot. Like if they don't have their ears cropped, I know so many that have
My,
like
my
struggle.
dog just came back from the vet for that same shit. He's a bully, but same shit. He
Oh,
doesn't
and
have his ears cropped. They usually do crop their ears because
he's
he's a
got ear infection. He's shaking his ear, shaking his head.
yeah. It's not an infection. It was well maybe it's an infection. But they gave him this combo. There was like a I can't remember the word they used. It was similar to tallow, but it wasn't tallow. It was another word they said. But so it was hard when they put it in his ear, but then his body temperature slowly melted it,
Mm-hmm.
and
Yeah,
it's a
that's a
fungicide and an antibiotic. So no matter what the hell it is, it's gonna fucking clear it up for
yeah,
him.
that's a tallow does it. Like it'll melt like that.
Yeah,
We use tallow here. My wife's like totally into that stuff, and it works awesome for healing cuts and whatever. It's good stuff. You know.
Yeah, they sure don't like applying it in their ears though. Holy
how come
shit.
they don't like that?
I have to like, man, my youngest dog, like my other dog kind of ruined her like growing up, taught her to be afraid of everybody. We're still dealing with it. She hasn't grown out of it. It's so
Well,
annoying.
I'm blessed that my dog at least likes people because he just looks kind of scary, and he can be scary. He doesn't like other dogs.
So when he
That's why
bites
I've got
somebody,
a dog bite fight, breaking him up because he's a fucking idiot.
if someone broke into your house, do you think you'd attack him?
Yes. If I
Yes, no question.
like if that person was coming to attack us, like was aggressive towards us, absolutely he would.
It'd be guaranteed.
If he could get there fast enough because Emily's dog, oh, Enda would fucking it's a Great Dane.
Or teeth.
It's
Is
gonna
he
look you in the
protective?
eye. I mean, you have to be really retarded to do anything. I mean, you
Is he
have to be
protective?
really like insane to even try to even test her.
Why she's protective though?
Oh, absolutely, she would be. Oh, she's a big baby, but I think that if you were aggressive towards any of us, that she would definitely be protective.
Nice. Yeah, like one of the
Between her,
dogs.
between her and then my dog Boris, yeah, you get out of yeah. Good luck getting anywhere near any of us.
Well, like ours is also, I think she would, but our other one, our oldest one, she's the biggest chicken ever. Like if I'm like, hey, who's
She
there?
runs
Let's
away.
go outside. She doesn't. She'll just like, no, I'm afraid to go out. But like Storm will come charging out there. Uh, it's crazy. She's
No,
the
like I
biggest
like if I
chicken
say
I've
to my,
ever met.
I'm not gonna do it because they'll jump up, but if I say who's here, and if I say it like really
Mm,
fast,
mm.
um, or if I say, or
Want
if
to
I
go for a walk?
say, or if I say, go get them. That one, they know that one is usually they're gonna run outside looking for birds. But but yeah, if I say go get them, they get excited as hell and they want to go out there. Especially Boris, he wants to go out there and eat him a bird, uh, because they like terrorize him. So I'll open up. I'll have him. Are you guys ready? Are you ready? And he'll be at the door. It's just like, oh, yeah. And I'm like, let's go. And he just goes tearing through the yard. So yeah, if I did that at the front door, oh my gosh.
You
Gotcha.
should do that to them again. And then right as you're about to open the door, go lay down in your bed.
Yeah. Nope. Nope. I'm gonna let him get his energy out.
Dog will be pouncing on you in the bed, like, come on, let's go, Dad.
He'll be bouncing, yeah.
You have a system now where they can't accidentally attack each other or like get it put in the same room
Yeah,
now.
they're completely separate now. It's just like yeah, completely separate. He's never in a situation where he will even see her.
Okay, but they know that they're like so.
Yeah, they can smell each other and stuff like that, like where they were and stuff in similar spots in the house, but they're one will be put up in another part of the house while the other one's out, kind of a thing.
And you just swap them out. Like one gets.
Yeah, they just swap spots. Yep.
Gotcha. So there's no chance of them being able to. He's not neutered, or they both? Or they
No,
both?
they both have been fixed.
Oh, and they
He's
still.
just he's intimidated because he's always been the big dog, and now here's this big Great Dane. I don't know. That's me guessing. I don't fucking know. He just went after her, and he's never been good with other dogs, honestly.
Yeah, do you know what? We're just running out of affordable country vets. Yeah, that's one thing I'm super frustrated with is like the vets, man. They charge so much and they just want to freaking bleed you. Like it
Mhm.
was such a hard time getting our dogs to go the other day just because she's terrified just getting her into the vehicle. She doesn't like she's a home dog and when we
I
get
lift.
there, they're like the one's okay, but the other one she wouldn't they're like, no, I've got to test her heart
But
beat them. It's for
did you have them both in there at the same time?
yes.
Oh, and that didn't help.
It might have helped a lot, but she's not okay with like my parents still can't pet her. They'll come like and Crystal's
Oh
parents have
wow. Okay.
they've known her for 2 years and they still haven't been able to pet her. Like so she just doesn't there is people who have come every single day that if they were working at my place and after 2 weeks, there was a couple that were able to finally pet her. But what I didn't like is they're like, oh, we have to check it for a murmur. Is that what it's called? A murmur in your heart? Like,
A heart
yeah,
murmur. Okay.
yeah, like when we have to check. I'm like, it's just for. I'm like, it's you're gonna traumatize her. You're gonna make me put on what is it called again over your face?
A muzzle.
A muzzle. I'm like, she's already all spooked out and shaken. You want me to put on the muzzle? And I'm like, can we just skip that? And I'm like, is it mandatory? And she looks at me. She goes, it's mandatory. I almost walked right out of there.
I
I
would
go,
be like,
you
yeah,
don't
I
make me
would
want to
have, dude. I
traumatize my
would have
dog with the
called it at that
muzzle.
point.
She's already had this much. We wanted to like coming back here and like
I would have said,
I'm like I can hold her head and she's like no that like she's never bit someone and she wouldn't bite and it's just I just didn't like it like they're just up for money they just like
I would have been like that. I would have been like, first of all, nothing's mandatory because I'm the boss. I'm paying. So,
Yeah.
so that's you can take that out the fucking door. I'll go
yeah.
somewhere else. There are other vets in the world. Fuck
You know what
off.
that, do you know what though like that another thing that really bothered me is that we had only booked one and like I guess Crystal forgot to be like we're bringing both of them and
Oh
then
shit.
I'm like, so we get in there. I'm like, so can we do the both? Can we do them both at the same time? And she's like, oh, I don't know. We'll try to. It's like, what are you talking about?
Oh,
Little fucking
I'll try
you're
to
gonna
get
try
double the
to?
money for half the time. I'll try.
No, it's just like that.
Fuck
No,
out
well,
of here.
they're still no, they still up to doubled our charge still.
Yeah, I was gonna say they're gonna make twice as much money in half the
In
time,
one
acting like
room, yeah.
you're a
Yeah.
bother when they're making double the money. Get the fuck out of it. They should have been like, of course we will do that. Yes, we will take twice your money.
Yeah, no, so that's anyways. I'm just super unhappy with them. But let's get Nightbot in here.
Well, you
I'm
got to do the
gonna be able
new
to
school
talk.
stuff, man, and give them a bad review on Google.
Yeah, they are getting worse every single year. The American one, I hate. Like, they just, well, we got, the one that my dog died from, being spayed in that place. Like, we're banned from there. Cause like, I demanded a fucking refund, and they wouldn't even give us a fucking refund. They're gonna give us credit.
They're
We spent
fuck.
seven hundred
That's.
dollars on a spade, so
I
I
would be
put
like, wait a
a
minute,
review.
credit. You want me to go back to you after the? You're out of your fucking mind.
No, I know. That's why I left like a really nice review or like a review warning saying, hey, these guys basically fucking murdered my dog. They weren't there. We're like
Yeah.
emergency. We call them. No one answered. They didn't warn us that these dogs are super high risk. I would have never done it at there. If you're ever getting like a super heavy dog, like a big dog spayed, take it to like somewhere where they're monitored for 24 hours, like to a 24-hour vet. Like
An animal
that would
hospital.
have saved. That probably could have saved her if I would have done that. Or like not even that, just don't let her move around. Like let her stay still like for like 20 like a certain period of time so they can't move around and tear the internal stitches or anything. Um yes.
This is for what kind of light, Jimo?
Um
And who is it open to?
Canada USA.
All right, Canada and USA. What
Um
about if it's a European person or anybody outside of those areas, if they're willing to pay shipping?
um yeah, it just might not be worth it at that point, for anybody.
Oh, it might be more than the cost of the light.
Yeah, like some places just cost too much. Like um Grant says you won the flu. And you know what's crazy is I haven't been sick forever. Like I just what's funny is just today
You stopped
I
going out
started
of
feeling
traveling, that helps.
yeah, well I started feeling something, but yesterday I got like crazy allergies. I was weed eating this huge area and I hit these one plants and as soon as I hit these one plants like they were spattering water at me like I could feel drips of water everywhere. Then all of a sudden I I was like
Plant blood,
I go
man.
5 seconds without sneezing. Like I was just like sneezing, and then
You're covered in plant gore out there, just murdering plants.
well, I feel something legitimately in my throat a little bit, but one of my daughters woke up totally sick today. So,
Uh-oh.
but I've gone like months without being sick. Like I don't even remember. It's crazy. It's
Well, you're eating good though. That's helping your immune system too, I think.
no, I'm getting totally fat. Like I'm fat. My stomach is fat. I'm,
You're not sending any meals back?
what's that?
You're not sending any meals back these days?
Well, no, my meals
I
are
bet
getting.
you he
I've been
still
on a
is.
run.
I
No,
bet
I've
you
been
he's
getting
sending a
fucked
lot of meals
over.
back. Every time he goes to the damn restaurant, they fuck it up.
Yeah, like just no, do you know what? I was going on a really nice run and then just recently it's like holy shit. I'm like I get mad if Crystal goes and picks something up and doesn't check my meal. Like she has to. Like the other day I ordered a meal and they didn't put in the chicken. Like the main course. I was so mad. Like, because I got it without this one, I got it minus something that had seafood in it, and then it's like they omitted my chicken, it was just the main course of the meal, and then I'm like, hey guys, I'm like,
Maybe the chicken's really seafood, and that's why they had to omit it.
well, do you know what? She's like, well, she's like, you didn't pay for it, and like somehow they screwed it up on like Crystal definitely told them the right thing, and I'm like, well, hey guys, you want to offer to make me another thing, and I'll come down. They're like, yeah, if you pay for, you're gonna have to pay for the chicken, and I would like that's just set me off because it's about like a 20-minute drive. I've been busy all day. I'm like, I don't want to go do 40 minutes in driving right now to go pick up my chicken, and I'm like, I want the whole thing remade so I can eat it at once. They're like, well, you have everything but the chicken. And anyways, um, they ended up not only just make or no, they ended up giving me a full refund. I just said, you know what, guys, this isn't the first time you've screwed up my meal. I'm like, I always give you guys like a 20% plus tip when we're taking out, and or 20% tip, and you guys are gonna screw me. I'm like, just refund me, and I'm never eating here again. Um,
And leave him a bad review.
nah, I just didn't. I just
See, that's how, see, the Canadians are so nice.
Yeah.
It's
Until we
just
don't have to be.
breakfast.
Well, it's not that nice because when you think about it, then somebody's reading the reviews and they're only seeing, oh, it's so great.
Yeah.
Then you're
Man,
like, not if you change the order. You better order what's on the damn menu and not change it, or they will screw you.
yeah, you know what the problem is I was like drinking too much pop. It all started with traveling and just drinking it while I'm traveling because I don't
Drinking too much what?
pop. Like drinking one or two pops a day is why I think I'm fat.
I think they call them sodas in
I'm
the
only
States.
fat in my stomach.
No,
I'm not
we call them pops here
gross.
in Michigan, but yeah, a lot of southern places call them
Soda pop.
sodas.
Soda
Yeah.
pop.
No,
Yeah.
you know what? I love like I don't know why I love like a ice cold Coke. Like if I'm having like a nice dinner, I just love
Because it's made from Coke, man. You must be addicted.
no, I just love. Do you know what though? We've just found a drink that has 2 grams sugar. It's like a carbonated drink, and it's got probiotics. It's only got They have anywhere from like 2 to 4 grams depending on the flavor. I'm like, well, I guess that's a lot better.
Don't you have like water just naturally?
We do.
Then why don't you just drink that?
I do. I just like I said, I crave it sometimes. But anyways, yeah, like I
Oh.
said, it's I got to I think for a few months where I'm drinking at least 1 or 2 pops a day. Well, just like when I go out, constantly doing it, and man, I'm like I said,
Yeah, I drink an energy drink every morning. That's my vice. I gotta have like some kind of carbonated energy drink or something in the morning to get me going.
Oh, you don't drink coffee or not?
No, not if that's the only caffeine available, I'll give it a go. But that's got to be like nothing else available, and I'm just way too
I don't
tired.
think I could if I wanted to even. I just hate the taste of coffee ever since I was like young, grade 3.
Yeah, I mean you can put enough sugar in it and cream in it to make it not really coffee anymore, and it tastes good.
Yeah, that's what I do. We make
Me
our own
too.
coffee at home. We've got a grinder and French press it. It's really good. So
And then
yeah,
like a
that's
shit
that's
ton
my
of
deal.
creamer.
Yeah. Me too.
I wish I could be on the carnivore diet. Like, man, that's one thing too that my parents have cursed me from raising me as a vegetarian. Like like I struggle to eat meat. Like I love it, but it has to be like like it has to taste really good and be like that. Like I can eat prime rib all day, no problem. But like for steaks, if they're fillets, but certain steaks, and just meat, I wish I could eat meat, but yeah, and I wish I ate seafood. Like I not only do I not eat it, I hate it. I hate the smell of it. Like if I was on an island, I would not be able to eat it.
You are on an island.
I mean, stranded on an island. Like everybody else would thrive. I'd be in big trouble, man.
That's why I know it doesn't matter what we're going to go eat. If I'm with GML, I'll be happy because it's going to be something that I like for sure. Because we have similar tastes when it comes to that. And he's
Yeah.
very picky. He's way more picky than I am. So that it don't matter. As long as he picks the place, I know I'll be happy. I'll have something I want.
I, I wish I could eat seafood, man. Wish, like, even like, do you know what? It's even at the point where like I only like meat like when it's fresh. Normally, like I only like it freshly cooked. Like I don't like having something and then reheat it up. I know it sounds picky, but it's just like, yeah, I'll just chew on it and not be able to swallow it is the only way I know how to describe it. Sucks. But yeah, I definitely need to lose, either that or have my whole stomach carved out, liposucked. I'm just joking.
You could go to Mexico for a minute, come back.
No, do you know what? Anytime I quit edibles, like I instantly go down about like 10 pounds in like a few days. But
How many edibles are you
Yeah.
eating? Jesus.
It's just no more munchies. Eh?
oh, do you know what? But after 7 days of no edibles, I'm like the headache from not sleeping and like getting a couple hours sleep. I think I've been back on edibles for about a week now, and I quit for about 8 days, and it's just torture for not being able to sleep and only getting I'm up every single hour of the night. You know,
So are you taking your edibles? When are you taking your edibles? How long before you go to bed?
well, I just like for example, I just took it. It was at 6:25 today when I took them. So.
So just wait a couple more hours to take it. So it's like hitting you right when you're getting ready to supposed to fall asleep.
Awesome.
And
And I
that way
wake
it
up
doesn't give you
super
enough time to
groggy.
eat.
I wake up so groggy when I do that. Like,
Oh, okay. It lasts too long then. Okay.
yeah, it
Take
just
a smaller dose or something. Try that.
yeah. Well, do you know what? After 7 days, like I was getting higher than a freaking kite, man. Like uncomfortable. I had to watch my mom's house, and I'd get uncomfortably like I remember just putting a little bit in a capsule and going, oh, that's all I need, and it was like a smaller capsule, and I phoned Crystal, and I'm just like, oh, I'm fucking uncomfortably high. I'm like, I was talking to someone on the phone, and it just started hitting me, and it's like, holy fuck, this is now for the rest of the night, I'm uncomfortably high.
You know, too, though, you're supposed to be eating a certain amount of protein daily too, per like your body weight to help
Yeah,
lose weight
isn't it
as
like you're
well.
supposed to be eating like almost like a for every pound that you weigh, you're supposed to be eating a gram?
I want to say like half your
No.
body weight in
If
grams or
you
some shit like that.
that level of protein is more like if you're lifting weights and you're trying to build muscle. That's giving you extra. If you're just trying to maintain or lose, then you'd want to be more like a half a so like if I and that's just pounds too. So if, like for me for example, I'm usually right around 170, 180. So I need about half that in protein a day to maintain.
And now it's just
Because one of my friends is the only reason why I said that one of my friends is on this crazy diet and he's lost like 40 pounds so far, and that's what he's doing is he's eating a gram a day. Um, for every pound he has, he's eating a
Yeah.
gram of protein, and it's like
That'll get you way full too, so it keeps you from eating the other shit.
yeah. But he says
Yeah.
he's like yeah. I mean he's like I can tell you exactly what I'm eating. He's like eating the exact same thing every single day too. I go
I used to live that life, man, until I blew up my shoulder. I had a fucking app on my phone. I'd scan anything that had a fucking barcode on it. It would put all the nutritional stuff in there. I was shooting for a gram a pound and it's a gram of your target weight, and I was trying to go up, so I was eating more, you know.
I was surprised on how much protein he was telling me in skim milk has. I'm like, really? Because He's like, he starts with a shake in the morning where he's having 45 grams of protein. I'm like, whoa. It's,
Chicken breast is your friend. That's got a good amount of protein.
um, did you say we okay? You said we got a tarantula torch left. I guess let's do a tarantula torch.
Which one? A 730 or an 850?
7:30.
All right. All right.
Yeah,
All right. All
in
right.
his diet for every single meal, you're allowed to eat as many veggies as you want too, by the way. Like there's no limit on veggies.
There's plenty of fucking protein in veg. It's another thing. There's a few vegetables that are high in protein, but the like most all vegetables have some protein in it. So if you're
Isn't
eating a
that
lot of
broccoli?
vegetables,
Broccoli super.
broccoli's got high in protein, soybeans are high in protein. Most of all beans are pretty good in protein.
Yeah. Yeah, I love
Peas.
cheese. I
Peas
love
are good in
potato.
protein. Oh my
Dude,
God, I
I
got
want
peas that are almost 6 foot tall. These fuckers will not stop growing.
That's cool.
I got a cool little productive patch right there. I've got potatoes going. I got like fencing I put up, little short fencing put up, and the peas are going up in between the potatoes, going up, climbing up, and then I have on the front edge these two big fucking cabbages going, and then I got an elderberry bush all in the same bed. It's fucking awesome. Oh, and there's a volunteer cannabis plant in there too, hiding.
Fucking A.
You know, I saw a video where a guy's growing potatoes without growing them in dirt, just putting hay over. Have you seen that video?
Yeah, I've seen that way because
Gets like
that's just not
500
my
pounds
style.
of
I
potatoes.
have fucking easy dirt. I can fucking stick them in the dirt. It's not that hard.
No, I thought it's pretty cool though, like how they're growing, like they got enough pounds of potatoes for the whole year, just
Well,
off.
you do it and tell me that you get a pound and then I'll believe it. But
What's that?
I'm gonna say that I don't think I've ever had better results than just throwing them in the ground.
I don't even remember growing potatoes, to be quite honest.
Oh God damn, what are you doing, man? You need to start.
Yeah, it's,
So much better, man. They're so good.
I like. Yeah, you ever grow yams?
Yep. Well, I'm not very good at that one. I haven't successfully grown them yet, but I love to eat them. Sweet potatoes, we call them here.
Yeah. Oh no, a sweet potato is different than a yam.
How are they different?
It's a different plant,
In what way?
totally different variety.
All right, I want to ask the Googles.
It is. It's got to be, unless like, well, we
Oh,
make
now
them.
you're changing your story. You just said got it. You
It's gotta be.
gonna
It's
stop
gotta
it?
be. I'll back it up. They have to be. That yam is yellow or like an
Google
orange
it.
color.
Google it. I was gonna
Yeah,
Google
yeah.
it, but Google
Yeah.
it.
No, they have to be different. Yams and sweet potatoes are different. They have to be. Um, yeah. Okay, well, I guess we'll.
Are you ready?
Yeah, I am ready. Holy cow! It's 6 o'clock. We started at, or it's 8 o'clock. It's been 2 hours.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's kind of like one of those you're both right answers. It says, while the term yam and sweet potato are often used interchangeably in the United States, especially for the orange flesh varieties, they're two distinctly different vegetables from different plant families. And the differences is the appearance. The skin is smooth and thin, varying in color from yellow, orange, red, brown, or purple to beige for sweet potato. But for yam, it's thick, rough, and bark-like, often dark brown or white and difficult to peel. So yeah, that sounds terrible. But so no, I haven't grown a yam. I've grown
Yep.
sweet potatoes.
Okay. Yeah, I was gonna say. You know what's crazy is like man, yams. I've seen them so sweet. Like we make them and like the syrup oozes out of them, and then I see people like add a bunch of brown sugar. It's like, what are you guys doing, man?
Ooh, that's what you do with sweet potatoes, and they're so fucking I think sweet potato is the king for like the amount of nutrition you can get out of one vegetable. I think the sweet potato is pretty much king.
Yeah, I think you're right. Lobo says, "Oh God, we're on a yam conversation."
Yes.
Sorry, man. Open night. Like, I think once we can we'll all have our crop being more documented and having a grow series, there'll be a lot more to talk about growing that's coming. Like I said, I'll be covering every last sort of little thing. Yeah, let's roll it in 5, 4, 3,
Good
2,
luck, everybody.
1. Let's roll. Be too crazy for you.
Be too crazy for you. The following status is unknown.
Are
All
you?
right, you got to claim it if you're the winner. You got to let us know you're still alive. You're not a bot. You're not a second account.
Yeah. Are you there?
Be too crazy for you. Are you from the US or Canada?
Tent Ultimate V2, you're asking? That's yeah, our V2s are I think there might be some V1s left still shipping, but the V2s are on route, maybe?
I have no V2s in stock yet. I have still V1s.
Oh, okay, so they're gonna be coming soon then. So yeah, you still have the V1s?
Yep, for both 5x5s and 4x4s.
Perfect, man. All right.
Okay, they're in the chat.
There you
USA.
go.
Awesome.
Nice.
Well, there's
Okay,
a
well, I'm gonna
torch.
give you Russ's gym.
Oh yeah, I guess I can put that in chat.
Does anybody want to come up and talk some shit? Real quick. So probably gonna
Oh yeah, a
Probably
long
gonna
time
ship-
ago, I forgot to say something. Despicable Dabs had mentioned that who was it? Somebody else that I know. Oh, it was Creative wanted to come up, but he didn't have a link.
Okay. Yeah, if
I
someone
just put
wants-
my email address. So the comment by Spartan Grown, that's my email address. Just email me. Give me a screenshot of your when you go to your YouTube homepage so we can make sure you're you and not somebody else. That you're the true winner. It's amazing how many people try to fake it.
Yes.
Yeah.
It is, man. There's so many damn scams going on these days. You know, I don't even know how people fall for this stupid one where they call and say, "Hey, there's been a charge to your Visa. If this wasn't you, press one to speak to our operator." I just if I'm ever have any free time, I do press the one, and then like the second they answer, they're like, "Oh,
And then
can
you
I?"
start talking some shit.
Well, it's always some East Indian guy.
Oh,
Can I
they
help
get
you?
so pissed too.
Well-
They get pissed.
And do what I say. All you say is, they go, "Hi, can I help you? What is your name and account number?" And I say, "You called me. You don't know who you're talking
Yeah.
to." All you have to
Yeah.
do is say that a few times, and they'll hang up. I had the other one, like a lot of them will just start, or I'll start swear, or I get in a little thing, and then they start swearing back.
Oh
and-
yeah, they say something. The first thing I say to them is, "You are a fucking scam," and they just lose their shit immediately. Immediately. But I only do it from my work phone because it doesn't have my name attached to it, and I don't want them to like track me the fuck down later on.
I'm not gonna
Yeah.
say what I say, but I freak out on them, and I have them swearing at me. I speak a little East Indian.
I'll tell you what I tell them, and it really makes them mad. Almost every time it works is I was like, "Can you please put somebody on the phone that speaks English?" And, oh my God, they don't like that. They don't like that at all.
I know. Do you know the one time I actually, yeah, no, I almost got screwed is this is about 6 years ago. I remember like Googling Microsoft for support and like a website came up and I clicked on it, but it was like a scammer's website. So I called in and I thought I'm legitimately talking to them, but oh, yeah, they can't remember what they got me for, but it was a small, uh,
Those lessons you don't forget, though.
yeah, absolutely. Nightbot is a scam. No, do you know what another thing is? Is I get messages saying, "Hey, can we send you information about, would you like to apply for this? Or or they'll be like, yeah, can we send you some information? We have a position open." And like, I'm like, what the fuck? Like, do you guys get those? I'm like, what are you fucking talking about? I'm like, who are you trying to call? And they're like, we got your name from I forget what they say, some sort of board or something like that. And second I see those, I message them back, can I interest you in some lights? Check out grandmasterleds.com. And if I have any time, like I will hit them with like 20 messages, be like, we have the best lights in the world. Please check that out. I'll just keep on
Yeah.
messaging them.
Like fire with fire.
Yeah. Well, it's just spam them back. Be like, what is
Yeah.
your email? What is your credit card information and your first name?
One of the thing we've done they've done right here, at least in the United States, is there's a like a do not call us thing. You got to keep
Mm.
putting your fucking phone number in every year to keep it updated. But I have ever since I've done that, I haven't had fucking very few calls, which has been awesome.
That's
And I have that Google phone that has like an automatic like filter thing. So like if it thinks it's spam, it just automatically filters. And if something ever does get through and it was spam, I can like mark it as spam. So now that goes into the database as that number is spam. So
Yeah.
Well, I
between
have to
those
call
two things,
people
it's
like
been
that
nice.
sometimes, and they're like, "We have call press 3 to get through." They'll just have like a random number when I call, but I've never heard that when I call you. But it might
Yeah.
know.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah,
Well, you must be well, that's probably because your number's in my phone, so it's probably going to get through every time.
you do it another one because there's like saying for MJ BizCon, they're like, "Oh, what do they say?" They're like,
Oh my God, I cannot believe
they're hotels.
this
They're trying to
kind
get
the
us to book
relentless
hotels.
emails, the relentless call. Get out of here. Jeez.
No, but a lot of them it's a scam. They're like, we're do you want we can get you a wicked deal on a hotel room, and I'm like,
Especially right
I can
now
book
after
my
what
own
you're saying.
hotel room. Book my own hotel room. You think I'm gonna call you and give you my credit card? I'm like, how do you even know I don't have a hotel room booked? Like, well, we got your information from whatever. Um, oh yeah, and one thing in Germany, you're allowed in jail. I think you're allowed up to 50 grams of cannabis.
Right? Sweet.
But they're doing things right out there.
Yeah, well, I thought I posted something about it a little while ago.
It's not
Yeah,
bad.
they got some pretty strict rules in Germany, but they're doing that 5-year trial.
They're doing
Wonder
some
what they're-
cool stuff in Germany
Yeah.
because they're keeping it kind of small scale. So
Yeah.
they're
And they
like
have like
encouraging it.
yeah, and the community growing too. So
Yeah.
you can grow your license in one facility. So you can't grow at home. And you're only allowed to have, your gram limit per day or like whatever it is. It's like 50 gram. I don't know what it is. I can't quote. I've talked to a guy from Germany a while back, but
I think
so
it's
you're
50.
allowed to have that much, but then you go to this little community center and you can grow all your plants there. So you can go there together and work in the facility and grow your plants, and then you get your medicine. So you get to do it all together, the community, and that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I think that'd be cool with the option of still having your home grow, but then having that be another option if you wanted it or you couldn't set
I
up in your
thought
house.
I thought you're still allowed a home grow, but you're only allowed like to possess just like such a small amount that
Yeah, it's
cost.
you can only have an ounce, so you'd have to grow and flip your plant like so quick to get it to flower out to an ounce, right? It's like that rule. The people that made the rules obviously don't understand how a plant works and grows, and how like what it's gonna actually get you in weight. They're like way under, so there's not you can't grow plants because if you grow it over that weight and they come and get you, and you're done. So like, how do you gauge what it's gonna like to try and grow an ounce plant? Is I don't know.
Yeah,
You can do it, but
they're called social
like,
clubs. Yeah, they're called
yeah.
social clubs, and that you can only have 500 members per club, and social club 50 grams a month per person. I can't remember. Yeah, like I've talked to a bunch of people. They've totally fucked that one up.
Yeah, but it's 5 years. They're gonna go over it after 5 years, and then they're gonna make the real regulations for this system, I guess. So this is just a 5-year trial. So they'll find out after 5 years what's working and what's not, and then they'll be able to figure it out, right? So yeah, I think it's pretty cool the way they're going about it.
Well, I was gonna say, guys, we do have a link to our Discord server and Instagram, and there's a videos part where you can post videos for showing your garden and stuff. And so, yeah, I think we're gonna probably call it. We've already been going over for 2 hours. Does anybody want to come up here and quickly, like I said, talk some shit or tell us a story?
Bunch of people saying they want some merch, they want some hats.
It's
Yeah,
coming,
me too.
guys.
I want
It's
some
coming.
too.
It's coming, I promise. I had a
Sweatshirts.
message regarding it while we were well, there's hats on route for me to approve. Like that's the one thing I hadn't approved yet, but pretty sure it's gonna be good. Like there was one that was almost perfect, but it had like an indent at the top, and that's it. Like we've had some new one. We got some ones coming. Okay, well, I think that's pretty much it. We're gonna go into shout outs here. I'll toss it over to Preston.
Oh, yeah, it was nice seeing all you guys tonight. Thanks for everybody else to show up and go and chat. And congratulations on the winner of the light. So yeah, look forward to getting back to doing shows. Right. Nice seeing you all.
Russ.
Just want to shout out everybody on the panel for being on the show. It's good to be back into it. And I wanted to shout out everybody in chat too. You know, that's why we do this thing. It's cool to see everybody still jumping in and supporting us even after a good long break. And I'm sure it's just only going to grow from here. So I'm excited to see where we go.
Awesome. Charlene.
Okay, I was on mute. Am I off mute? Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna shout out chat tonight. I'm glad you guys came. And I'm gonna shout out everybody on the panelist, and then I'm gonna shout out my friend Sheila. This is her grandma,
Well,
That's
nice.
cool.
and
Yeah.
this is her.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go.
That's like right. That's like right in the glass.
Right? She lets me use her house to do the show because where I live, they don't offer the good Wi-Fi. So
Oh shit.
I'm gonna shout them out tonight, and yeah, that's about it.
Awesome. Okay, thanks again for everybody for showing up. It's been too long. I feel like it's been a few months. We're back. Yeah, check out the Discord there. It's an awesome community. Haven't been there as much. Haven't been in there as much as I wanted to lately. But like I said, I've just been, well, like today, I almost, I didn't really, at 2 p.m., I didn't think I was really even doing the show, to be quite honest. I'm like, I'm dead. Been walking back and forth, dealing with all this shit, then dealing with
Getting heat stroke and
getting
fucking
the
sunburn.
tables. Yeah, look at my neck compared to my arms. Been doing weed eating and it's nice. We got a bunch of cherries, a bunch of strawberries right now. It's kind of nice. Those albino strawberries are pretty damn good. But yeah, that's pretty much it. It's probably still going to be at least a couple of weeks till I get the garden going, but the show is back. And like I said, I think we're thinking about doing some other type of show where it's kind of like Show Your Grow or something for midweek, but I don't have that figured out yet. I did an interview on the Stash podcast if you want to see it. It was just done recently, so it's called, what is it called? The Stash?
Yeah, it's called the Stash. I linked that in Discord too. So there's a link
And
in
I'll
there.
put up, let me see this it's called From the Stash. Yeah,
Oh,
and
fuck Stash. Okay.
On
I'm-
YouTube. On YouTube.
Yeah. Yes. So I'm
Yes.
I'm
Yeah, Mr.
putting the
Grow,
link
right?
for anybody if you want to watch it. It's
Rob.
right there.
Pigeons.
There's a link to the Discord in the description of this.
I thought that was a good one, man. I forgot. I don't think I've talked to you about that, but I did watch it, and I thought that was a good interview. I thought that you guys.
Yeah,
might-
I actually
good
felt
stuff.
that, I felt it went really well too. Like we're definitely going to be doing some collabs. We've got we're going to definitely have some collaborations with some other channels coming on, and yeah, I'm excited to be back. Like I said, we're going to build it back up. I think we got up to at one point here today, we were at like 100, close to 170 people, which I was actually surprised because I saw someone that normally has like 500 or something and they only had around the same amount. So I'm a little bit confused. Like it's pretty crazy. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Everybody have an awesome night. We will see you next week. Cheers.
Peace, everybody.
Oh wait, I'll put a link to Zoom here if you want to come talk some shit privately in Zoom.